Got Letty gonna help for a little bit until she gets bored.
I get bored.
Or until the
Okay.
match is over, really. I'll buy you a drink or whatever you want after. Headphones go on the ear, and then you talk right into the mic. Real close, real loud. And you look in the middle screen for the pool.
Oh.
All right. Welcome back, you guys. We are here with another Knights match. We got Kyle Gable versus Shawn Ruzic. They're playing 8 ball today, race to 10 for the Knights. My name is Kyle Drake, and with me in the booth,
This is Letty Withrow,
Miss
Avila.
Letty. We are at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiards. Thank you guys for joining us. We got Kyle defending. Shawn's going to try and come take it from him. Kyle's been playing pretty good the last couple. I think the first week he started off a little slow, like 0-5 in a race to 10, and he came back and won. And then last week, I think they had a hill match for the Knights. That was a really good battle. So, we're looking for a third in a row, another good match.
Wow. Very nice break.
Saw him practicing before the match.
Yes.
The break, so expect him to hit it well. Let's take a look at this first table. So he doesn't really have a good shot on the solids. He can start with the 7 in the side if he wants to. Well, and I guess the 2 passes the 10. So he's got options on either suit.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think just because of where those 3 stripes lay, if he can find a good look at a solid, he'll take that.
I don't know. What about taking the 13 ball, setting up for the 11 in the side?
Yeah, that solves the problem right away as well. And it looks like he likes what you're thinking.
Oh, he went a different way, but still works.
Yeah, and that ball does go inside. So he played real nice shape there, nice touch. Now he's going to have to clear that 11, though, I think, unless he wants to get around and shoot the 12 up table. But we'll see how he works it. 'Cause these guys control the cue ball so well that a lot of patterns they'll be able to work. Just don't want to get yourself in any trouble.
I think a little draw here will, yep, just like that.
Yeah, I played that one well. He is on the rail. So he's not dead straight on this 14. He can go forward. That's what he's looking at, right? How much angle he can manufacture off of this 14. And then it looks like he was aiming up that 12 in the side or up table. Like I said, I think he might play one of those up table.
That was a very nice shot.
Yeah.
He's going to take care of his 11 ball right here.
And then draw back. More than likely, I think he's on the angle to draw back and play the 12 in the same pocket. Yeah, see, and actually, I think that's the 15.
11. Okay. Looks like that 11 might be a little straight, so he might want to take the 15 ball so he can get enough angle to maybe take the 11. Oh,
He's got enough angle on this 11 to flow over for the 15, and the side is what he was looking at.
Okay.
But he
There it
decided
is.
to run into it.
Beautiful.
Very well done. Now, this is a little touchy. He can come around 3 rails where he's pointing, or he can really put a bunch of inside love spin and come between that 6-2 for the 10.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that 8 ball does go by the 3, so that's not an issue. You might be starting out with a break and run here. And there, see, there he just decided to take a little distance on that 10. Didn't want him, play around with any spin going around 3 rails or really juice it up with inside to get a little closer.
sometimes definitely the easier shot is the way to go.
Absolutely. Just easier to control your cue ball and exactly what angle you're looking for. Looks like he's double checking that 8. It looks like it goes. I'm looking down the barrel. If he can get this one in a decent look at the 8, I like him to start off with a break and run.
Very well executed.
Well struck. Yeah, Kyle's coming out firing.
Yes, he is. I was watching him practice earlier, and he was running a lot of balls.
Not going to see very many misses in this one, you guys. We got Joe. Hey,
Beautiful.
Joe. What a start, huh?
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Shawn. All he did was lose the lag. It's a long race, though. Race to 10. I think if Kyle can run 10 in a row, he probably should be playing
The pro
playing in-
circuit.
yeah,
The
exactly
way he's
that.
shooting, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right? You can't start off any better than what he did.
No way. That was an impressive table run.
See how he gets these balls to split up this time. Really good break in the first. Just got to keep that. See if he can't get that to replicate at least a couple times.
Oh, made the 8 ball. So, will he spot and keep shooting?
Yeah, it's not going to be a win.
Right.
It's going to be a spot, and then he has the decision to re-rack them or play them out. So he might consider.
He doesn't really have an opening shot. That might be the way to go, is
Mhm.
to re-break.
I really think that's what he's thinking about right now, too. Whether or not he has a shot. Let's look at the overhead real quick and see what he decides. So he was looking at that 13. 13 might go. If he can get it, that 13, the stripes look really good.
There he goes.
And there you go.
That was a good choice, I think. I mean, it was just too difficult to get out of and still make a ball and give yourself shape.
Absolutely. Yep, I think if he could go for that 13, he probably would have. But it was too close for him to feel comfortable, so he's going to hit him again. And the way he's hitting them, can you
Right.
blame him?
Yeah, there's no reason to be compromising a game over a shot that you don't have to necessarily take.
Absolutely. The only downside is you don't want to make that decision and then come up dry. That one always stings a little bit.
Absolutely.
See what he left this time. And I think that's exactly what happened. He did come up dry. So we got some problems here with the 13-11. The rest of the table looks absolutely gorgeous. Maybe the 15 is a problem for the stripes, so he might consider going for the solids. The only thing with that is that there's nothing even remotely close to the 8 ball in a good spot to get shape. So that's going to be the big decision, whether or not he feels like he can run the stripes.
Well, there's so many problem children, I call them,
Yeah,
starting with the 15. And of course, we're looking at the 13 and 11 as well. I'm thinking the solids look maybe a little easier to run, but the problem will be that 8 ball.
absolutely. And he's definitely going with your thought process. So we'll see how he decides to get around that problem, because like you said, the rest of the rack looks actually, fairly easy.
And it's wonderful to watch these players when they're as good as they are, because I use it as a learning tool. I watch how they get to where they need to get to. And then I try to replicate it, and sometimes I'm successful, and sometimes I'm not.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's what it is. It's a big learning tool. You learn a little bit more about what you're capable of and what you're comfortable with,
Mm-hmm.
right? You might see something that they do and they do it really well, execute it well, it looks like it's all part of the plan, and then you come up and try to do it and it's just doesn't compute.
Well, they make it look so easy.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to watch.
It is. Art in motion, really.
Absolutely.
So he's going to play this 4.
Mm-hmm.
The only question is, where do you go next? Because the 5-3 is kind of lined up weird, and I think that 12 ball takes away both those balls from that pocket.
Right. So he could actually set that 4 ball, make it, and set up for the 5 or the 3 in the side pocket
If he can hold it.
if he can hold it. And it looks like he may have.
Yeah, for the 5, it's a tough cut.
Absolutely.
And he's going to play the 2 here.
Yeah.
And so he might play this 2, and then I'm not sure the 3 won't pass the 5 in the side, but I think I like him to you can run into the 15 as a good stopper for the 5 in the side if you want.
Right.
So he's got some options here, but
Absolutely.
that 3 and 5 proved to be a little bit of a problem. Look at this. He is going to cut this 5 in. Looks like he
Great
hit that
shot.
good.
Great control. Wow.
Well, in doing that, he did move that 3 into a considerably worse spot. Still manageable, though. He can still kind of go into it right now, I believe.
He definitely made it more difficult to get to that 8 ball now
Yeah.
with that play.
Yep. But I'm wondering how much he can cheat the pocket here, see if he can't move this 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he just ends up trying to bank it. Oh, wow.
Excellent.
That was very well controlled.
Yeah. Very.
So he's got this 3. He can go 2 rails. I like that one because holding shape for the 3 afterwards is really difficult, as well as getting down for the 8. So you want to take this 3 now. And there you
Yep,
see.
That's what he's doing.
That's where he wants to be for that 1. Just hard to tell whether or not that 8 ball even goes in that top left corner, or if that 13's cutting that piece of it off.
It looks like the 8 ball is ahead of the 13 ball to me. So if he took it that way, I think it would be a
Good. Yeah.
good shot.
Me too.
It'd be clean.
Yeah. I agree, and it was always going to be difficult to get there.
Sure. Now here we have the 10 ball with the breakout shot on the 13 and 11.
Absolutely. The only issue with it, and he will go for it right now. We see a little bit lower rated player wait to break that out. The reason being so that they keep the 8 ball safe.
Right.
But these guys run the ball so well that they're going to take care of all their problems sooner than later. Because if they don't have any problems, their percentages of getting out are a lot better than a lot of little bit lower rated players who would save those shots for later in the rack. So just because Kyle did end up breaking that out, I get a sense that he's feeling pretty good, even though he's looking like, see?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he was going to play the combo or just try to play it safe and really lock him up.
I would have been surprised if he would have played a safe, only because the table is wide open right now.
Wide open. And where that
Wide.
3 ball sits, it makes safety super difficult.
Yeah.
Running into the 9.
And he just took the 1 ball out of play into that top left-hand pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm interested to see when he takes this 15. The 15 will go by the 3.
Mm-hmm. Certainly will.
Ooh, he got a bump.
Yes, he did.
He needed it.
Certainly did.
Um, yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure if he'll play the 9.
I don't.
like the
Well, he's
9.
going to have to.
I think I like the 9 now.
He's going to have to curve it a little bit, isn't he? Or is that a straight shot?
So that's what I'm saying. He got enough of a rub off the 1 for it to
Mhm.
poke out.
Sure. Okay. Nice
So,
draw.
yeah, look at this.
Excellent.
Kyle looks like he's gonna be able to get himself out of this one as well after the dry break.
Mm-hmm.
And so that 8-ball decision did not come back to bite him, because if he did end up breaking dry and then Shawn comes up and runs the rag, like I said, sometimes you regret not just going for a shot. He won't be thinking about that right now, though, because he should be out of this one.
Oh, I think he traveled a little further than he wanted.
No, this is perfect.
Yeah.
He'll just float. Now he has options, actually. He can go 2 rails and stay above the side pocket, or he can just float this in 1 rail.
Sure.
Just 1.
Beautiful. That's amazing control.
He's playing lights out right now, really. I mean, he made 1 mistake so far that I can think of, and that's just the dry break.
I've been noticing he has a longer bridge.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where that amazing stroke comes from.
Yeah, the length.
Yeah, and you have to be able to control that length in order to get the kind of results he's getting. Nice, clean, smooth stroke, straight through. Pay attention. Don't let your nerves get to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jeremy Jones is a big advocate of that. He'll say it all the time, the longer, taller players, they have more natural power, just because of their length, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
right? They usually have a little bit better touch with the power. They can obviously reach more shots, so there are plenty of advantages, and you can see what the results are when, like, the work is put in, the mechanics are there, that it's very advantageous to
Absolutely.
have some length.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be seeing him using a bridge anytime soon.
I definitely don't think so either.
What would you take on these? Would you take the solids or the stripes?
So this table looks really good as
Yes,
well,
it does.
I think I like the stripes off the top of my head.
And that's what he likes as well.
Now,
Uh-oh.
his issue with the stripes is going to be getting shape on, like, the 11 is a
Mm.
little tricky.
Right.
You can fall on the 15 fairly, in a decent amount of spots. But what the 11 does is the 11 cuts off some of the path to the 15, and it's hard to get shape with that 11 to move it out of the way because of where the 6, 5, 13 lay.
Now, do you think he made just the slightest error when he went behind that 1 ball? Do you think he was trying to get the 9 ball?
No, I think he'll save that 9 ball for somewhat near the end of the rack.
Okay.
You usually want to play a ball closer to the 8 if you can,
Mm-hmm.
right? You want your path leading. So that way it's easy to make sure that you're going to get a shot on the 8.
Okay.
If you're playing a ball close to the 8 for your out ball, you have a lot more options.
Sure.
So I think he meant to leave that 9.
Okay. Oh, and he made his opponent's ball.
And so
Looks like he's clearing that 11 ball right now.
if he does, I don't mind it, but I think I like the 15 stop shot.
Mm-hmm.
15 stop shot for the 11 in the side.
Yeah.
So this might be just another rack where, the balls lay well. Kyle's got the control. He's got that ball on a
There's
string.
that stop shot.
You can see it,
Oh, yeah.
Very deliberate with his cue ball right now.
And he's looking where he has to leave the cue ball to take the 14 and leave himself a set for that 9.
Oh, doesn't want to be over the 5.
Ooh.
That's that little tap of the chalk there, you see.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna have to jack up like this and try to stun over by the side pocket. And even then, that one ball is a big ball to get behind. So this is not easy. This is one of those where you might see Kyle just roll up. As long as he knows he can see that 9,
Mm-hmm.
he won't try too much. And
Well, there's a lot to be said about if you can see it, you can make it.
especially at this level, like
Absolutely.
these guys don't mind giving themselves full table shots.
Mhm.
As long as they can see it, they can make it. And there you go. He's gonna.
Oh, look at that.
Did he
got it.
get it?
He got it. It's a tough slice, but I think he can do it.
It is close. I don't think he can do it. I think he can see the edge, but not enough to make it. And
Yeah, that could be.
you can kind of, see, look at his body language. You can kind of tell. He's kind of
Mhm.
telling us.
Yeah.
I think that one ball just got him enough. Now he might try to throw it in.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna.
He's gonna bend this ball a little bit.
Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't scratch in the corner pocket. Oh, he was able to save it. Very good. Oh, not a great place for that 9 ball though.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Now, even if Shawn manages to get out of line, he's got a lot of places he can play safety with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that's in Shawn's plan though. He's probably looking to get out here.
And he could.
Oh, he should, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Nice wide open table.
Yeah.
Really, I think the out is more important to your mental game for the remainder of the match more
Mhm.
than anything. If you let too many of these early opportunities slip away and your opponent continues to make you pay for them, it's extremely difficult to get back into it.
Yes. Wow, he really did a great job cheating that pocket.
Yeah, he caught the whole thing. He used the whole pocket.
That was very, very good shot. Didn't leave himself great, but he should be all right.
Yeah, I don't think the 1 passes 3, so you'll see him play the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, okay,
He's
he
gonna
can
play
see
the
the
3.
3. He can
Mhm.
see the 3, which is fine. And so now he'll take the 1 and play a stop shot or kill shot because he's not exactly straight. He can even
Right.
roll forward if he wants to, but interested to see how he gets on this 8 ball just because he's kind of going against the rule of thumb I was talking about earlier. Now, it's not always bad, right?
Right.
If the pattern lays better
Mm-hmm.
to take a ball further from the 8, then it's absolutely doable, right? Just as a general rule of thumb, though, if you have both the options readily available,
Oh, look at that. Well, it looks like he alleviated his problem.
yeah. There's he should be out.
Yes.
Now he's just checking the angle on the 5 that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Really, where the cue ball's at right now isn't bad.
So just draw it right back.
Yep.
Well, he's definitely taking the path of least resistance. Excellent shot.
He should pull within 1 here. which is big. Yeah, you don't want to. Again, it's just so hard. We always go through it. The two hardest games in the match to win are the first and the last.
Exactly.
And I
Just
think
like the first and the last ball are the hardest to make.
absolutely. And so like
Yeah.
I think even more so the first one.
Yes, I agree. Because it gives you that sense of confidence once you make one.
Yeah,
See, I
yeah.
guess I thought he would have gone more to the right, floated the cue ball for a little bit straighter, maybe a little bit closer shot, but he shouldn't have any problem with this.
Yeah. If anything, I would have liked him to come off, and I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing, come off that rail more
Yeah.
than anything.
Nice out.
Crowder
Very
did
nice out.
a good stroke on that 8 ball, and he delivered. So, not letting Kyle get too far away from him. And we got 2-1 and a race to 10. Thank you guys for joining us. Let us know how you're doing out there in chat land, where you're from, and who you think is going to win this one. We got Kyle as the defending. Both these guys look like they're ready to play, though.
Yeah. Kyle has a Fargo rate of 598, which makes him only 8 points ahead or higher than Shawn at 590. Both are extremely good shooters.
Yeah, both of them on the cusp of not being able to play in the Knights for very much longer, really.
Yeah, there you go.
Once you get that 600, you gotta graduate. I think we said there's like a 2 week grace period, 1 or 2 week grace period after you move up. So if either of these guys do end up getting to a
Oh,
600 in their run, they'll be allowed, I think, 1 or 2 extra weeks before they have to move up.
so just for our beginner shooters, the reason the ball flies off the table the way it just did is because the stick was not level. You have to try to keep that as level as possible in order to maintain a good stroke so that it doesn't ricochet the way it did.
Yeah, and Kyle's gonna take the solids here.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
No, but that was the issue, right? Getting that 4 ball out. He probably would
Yeah.
have liked to get a touch on that 4 ball as well, just to get that moving a little bit as well. There you see, he got the double kiss on the 9 and
Mm-hmm.
was not able to develop that. So, I think when Kyle's in these situations, I really like the way he takes his time and thinks out his whole plan of attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see him reevaluate his original plan here. Not sure if he can make that 5, cut that 5, and come into that 4. 'Cause even if you just clip the outside of the 4, it come
Right.
off that rail and come out to where you should be able to make it. But I think the 5 is just too thin. You'd have to draw it a lot, like a pinch draw. You can't really hit it very hard. Just enough for that draw to take and a bunch of outside to get that ball to spin around. But here you see he might be trying to do that.
Yeah.
He's saying, what does this cut look like? Can I get into that 4 ball or the 9 ball? Clipping that 12 doesn't do much for you is the only issue with this.
Right. Looks like he's going to do the shot you were talking about.
Well, he's thinking about it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so thin. Yeah, like it's a tough shot. You really got to pinch draw this one to get that cue ball do what you needed to do. This is what else I was thinking. He might try to bank this, cross bank this, and
Yeah.
he's just gonna play a safety. Now he left the 11. I think
Yes.
he was trying to get that 4 ball to stay over to block that path to the 11.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the 13 will go through because of the 15 ball in the way, and of course the 14's not an available shot. So It's almost too hard to play a safety on this because the table's so wide open.
Yeah, exactly. You feel like you gotta go, and
Mhm.
you can only really start with the 11. Not a whole lot of options. And where that cue ball's tracking off of the
Exactly.
11 doesn't look like it's going anywhere good either.
No.
You might end up with a cut on the 13 in the side or come around,
Mhm.
but even then you're going into traffic.
Right.
Not really guaranteed where the
Right.
cue ball's going. And you can hit it
He's
thick and
gonna
scratch.
Oh, I thought he was going to.
Wow, he
Hit
hit that so much thicker than I thought he would.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, if you're going to avoid that like that, you'll see him jack up like and try to draw out of it.
Right. Right. We
But
didn't see that.
yeah, so I thought for sure he was just going to clip that ball in, just really thin to come off that side rail before you get down near that pocket.
Well, it looks like what he was trying to do was use the rails to come back down
Hmm.
to play those balls either in the side. The 13. Actually, just the 13 could go in the
Yeah,
side.
that's what I'm saying. That 8 ball is in a bad spot for that 15 too.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
absolutely.
a unfortunate table that he got.
I'm glad I'm not shooting it.
I agree. Are you trying to spear this 15 in the bottom right?
I
Think he was,
sure.
but I don't think anything tied up too bad for Kyle. And he's looking real strong so far. Another good opportunity. I feel like he knows he's got to get that 6 out,
Mm-hmm.
or the 7, I'm sorry.
Not too straight, so he set that up perfect.
Yeah, great control. He always keeps a nice small angle, nothing too crazy, but he's almost never straight when he doesn't. He knows he can't. He
Mm-hmm.
says, "Okay, I know straight isn't good here," and he stays away from it. Choose a really good pattern to stay away from those straight shots.
Mm-hmm.
And you just always feel like he's moving the cue ball where it needs to go in the correct direction.
Oh, I agree. And I personally think that the straight in shot is almost the harder shot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't do a whole lot to get shape or take the chance that if you use too much English, you're going to throw it out of the pocket. So I'm not a fan of straight in shots.
Yeah, definitely cut your options off, right?
Absolutely.
And so you rarely see Kyle make that mistake. I really impressed with his knowledge of pattern play and what he likes to do, and make sure that if he doesn't want to, end up straight, he wants to always move the cue ball, and he just finds those angles so well and so naturally. He doesn't really manipulate the cue ball a whole lot either.
Very nice shot. Perfect touch.
Now he's a little thin on
Yeah.
these options.
He's going to have to really stretch.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might see a rare Brit. Now I see he doesn't mind stretching. Most players don't. He played up for the 6.
Very nice. He might have hit that a little harder than he intended, but no harm done.
Right, it's still gonna work, and that's just another testament to his pattern play.
Yeah.
I think he makes extremely intelligent decisions with how he's gonna, attack the rack and which shots he likes to play.
Nice.
It's a little thin too.
Yeah, it's going to be challenging.
Here you're almost on the 50-yard line, huh? You back cutting this one into the top left or playing the thin cut in the top right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like the back cut in the top left because that 8 ball goes in the side. It goes on down the left corner pocket, and you don't have to let the cue ball go as much. but
Yeah.
he might.
It looks like he's cutting to the top right.
Yeah. So
And he did with a lot of inside English to keep that from scratching.
and that's the only reason I didn't like that too, because I felt like I knew it was coming down this way. So in order to play
Mhm.
like good, comfortable shape for the 8, he'd have to add another rail
Right.
there and come out all the way back to the middle.
Correct.
And he's not going to do that if he doesn't have to. He's going to take this tougher shot. But I think if he went the other way, he naturally probably would have came up with a little bit better of a shot.
Right. And he doesn't have to worry about any scratching on this because the 15 ball should stop it.
Yeah, this is all pocket the ball.
Nice.
And when you don't miss shots like that,
Mhm.
you just feel like you're extremely tough to beat.
There's a regular shooter down here, Mike Robinson, who says the difference between an A shooter and a B shooter is the long shot,
Mm-hmm.
whether you can make it or not.
Consistently, absolutely.
Yeah.
And those guys have no problem. Like that one for perfect example,
Mhm.
off angle a little bit, blind pocket a little bit,
Right.
probably about a foot longer than you want to hit it, but
Mm-hmm.
he just has no problem getting up there, and he knocked it in dead center. Take a look at this break. Now, it looks like he might be playing the second ball break on this one. Yeah.
Yes, he sure did.
I don't think he's been playing a second ball break. I'm pretty sure for that one he was hitting the head.
Yeah. That's how I remember it.
So I wonder what changed, Very interesting. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. If you do kind of go towards that, even when you're having a successful head-on break,
Mm-hmm.
with me and Ray were talking about it. It's more of a defensive break. If you notice the nice little cluster he made there. So what that does is if you break dry, it doesn't necessarily sell out the whole rack, right? There's no easy run out. And if you do get one, you get first control of the table. You're not necessarily trying to run out yourself, but you're just trying to keep advantage of the table the whole time. And so I'm wondering if Kyle's kind of looking to do that with Shawn and put a little pressure on Shawn to step up and then allow Kyle to see a more open table later in the rack. Because you feel like your opponent's not getting out. These are probably safer breaks than hitting them head on.
I actually break from the side. Never did it as a defensive shot. I'm not all that tall, so I don't have a lot of that strength that's required to hit a head-on ball.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
But
one
now
thing.
that you say that,
You will notice that.
Yeah.
You will notice that the balls will usually bunch up towards the side that you break from.
yes,
With the second ball break.
that's correct.
And I have seen, it is definitely a decent strategy, especially like I said, if you feel like your opponent's not getting out, to go ahead and put that pressure on them to deal with all the problems, because more than likely he's going to get down here and end up, funny
Yeah.
on one ball, and then the rest of the table's nice and open for Kyle. Although right now the only problem I see is the 12. This table looks really nice.
Yes, it does.
And the 12 will go in the side and the corner, so it's not completely cut off. You just got to play it a little bit on the short side.
Mm-hmm.
So good chance for Shawn to steal one back here and make it 3-2.
This is the Mad Apple stream. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Rafa, we got Aiden rooting for Shawn. Now I was looking, I don't think I have a questionnaire for either of these fellows. I'll have to
It's right over here.
talk to Patrick. Oh, did you get one?
Oh, this is for King's Court.
Yeah.
I'm
I
wrong.
went through them. I went through them, and I didn't see one for either of these guys.
I think some of the questions have to be maybe a little more interesting, such as what was the hardest shot you ever learned?
Yeah.
You know?
Or like a good one would be like the best match you ever played.
Exactly. Something like that.
Who's the best opponent you've ever beaten?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely relay that to Patrick too.
Nice shot. So what do you see here? A 12 into the 10 in the corner pocket?
Yeah, he'll play the 12 or the 9 into the 10.
I think the 12 would be the smarter, only because it's buried.
A little more
than the
closed.
yeah.
It's a tougher shot though, because you have to catch the 10 ball thinner. Whereas if you send that 9 towards the pocket, you got a decent chance of getting that 10 down, right?
Right.
And so that's the only dilemma with the 12. But I like the 12 as well. So does he.
And so does he. Oh, does he? Almost looks like he's aiming.
He got
That's
it.
what he did.
He got it. What a shot.
And he left himself a very decent leave on that 10 ball, or that 12 ball as well.
I don't know. You think it goes by that 6? Tough to see.
I can't see it from here.
Let's check.
It looks like there's enough room down there.
It's real close. It's real close.
Sure is.
And the 9's in a kind of a weird spot too.
Sure.
See what he does.
I think you might be right. I think that 12 ball won't go through.
It's not a bad decision necessarily to just take that pocket over either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also might, just because of the way Kyle's playing, I just might consider tying that 12 up with the 4 ball instead of just putting it in front of the pocket.
Right. Just like you said. Very good.
Yeah, but I like Kyle to get that out. And the only reason I was going to put that up by the 4 ball is so that he can't make the 6 off the 12
Sure.
and open the pocket for the 4.
Correct.
I don't think looks like a very good option right now anyway, with how that 12 did end up. So it was a more effective shot than not.
Right. He's going to have some trouble, it looks like, with the 5-7 being so close.
Yeah. I'm not sure if the combo in the side is lined up.
Well, you might just have to do that.
He's got a decision to make here.
He certainly does. Because the 2 ball won't go in that side pocket. The 8's in the way. 6 ball can't be made. The 12 is in the way.
Is he banking this 6 cross corner?
I'm thinking maybe he might go off, maybe a carom into the corner. Do you see it?
Yeah, like try to pinch it between the rail and the 12.
Yes. With some inside English and own the pocket if you can't make it. He's still deciding. He's not really sure what he's going to do here. It's a tough decision. When you're down 3-1, it's a really tough decision.
Yeah. We'll see. I think, because the only thing is about taking that pocket back is it's tough to not leave a shot on the 9, right? You got to put a decent amount of speed to get the cue ball away from that.
Right.
And then it's tough to control the 6. So
Okay.
you might not block the pocket if you hit the 6 too hard. But if you don't hit it hard enough, you'll give the 9 in the top left.
Right.
And so he didn't mess with it at all. But I'm 99% positive he just gave a shot.
He certainly did.
Yep.
He played a safety. And the 12 is makeable. Especially at this level of shooter.
Right. Even if he had to right now, I'm sure he wouldn't even mind going rail first, but he can definitely see this whole ball.
Oh, yeah. That's a very clean shot.
So like him to put a bunch of left on this, but he might just run into this 6 afterwards. Play the 9 in the other. Ooh, see?
Oh.
I don't think he put any spin there, and that natural path was going right at that 9. So now he's kind of in trouble.
I saw enough room that if he would put enough spin, he could have come off that top rail and maybe taken the 9 in the corner.
In the same pocket?
In the same pocket.
Yeah.
But again, you've got a tied up 8-ball. Oh no, the 8-ball's down here. I'm looking at the 4-ball.
Yeah,
he would be okay.
Yeah.
He would have been okay.
He still is in okay shape, right?
Right.
Here, I think the
absolutely.
shot is to bank the 9 up in that top right.
Yes. And if he doesn't make it for whatever reason, if he does make it, the 8-ball will go through, I believe.
Yeah. Past the
If he
6.
doesn't, he pretty much covers that pocket, and he may have a shot at the 2. But it's a chance you have to take sometimes. Look at that. Oh, boy.
What a shot.
That was something.
Yep, that was always a shot. If you miss it, you
Mhm.
block the pocket, and like you said, you give a tough
Mhm.
2 away.
Mm-hmm.
If you make it, you got good shape on the 8.
And that's exactly what he got.
All right, so Kyle drilled his long, little tricky 8-ball. Let's see if Shawn can
Mhm.
answer and pull within 1. Oh, he overhit it.
Oh, he certainly did.
But what do you do here?
Oh, boy.
He hit that good.
Yeah. Speed kills at the Mad Apple.
Yeah, those diamonds get you.
They sure do.
You got to play pretty good speed all the time. See, this is tough.
This is, this is incredibly tough.
You feel like no matter what, you're giving up some kind of kick shot here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I kind of like the 2 down in the bottom right corner.
And then draw around for the 6 in the same pocket.
No.
He's going to play it. He's thinking about just trying to hook him on the 7, but he's going to give up a kick.
Yeah. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. These can come off the rail, though, of course. And
Yeah, if I'm Shawn, I'm coming off this end rail where you're standing right now.
see, I'd go the way he's
Oh,
going.
yeah, see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
just
much
put some
easier.
spin on it and done deal.
I thought the 6-ball had him more covered than that.
Yeah,
So
nice shot.
that is a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be 3-2. I wish we had a questionnaire. I want to know where Shawn's from. I can't remember where Kyle's from either.
I could run out and ask.
Oh, it's not a big deal. We'll figure it out for next week for sure.
Yeah.
Are you playing in the tournament?
I got knocked out.
Oh.
I had the pleasure of playing Chris Gutanis. I was managed to get 1 game off of him. And then I played Michael Glynn. So, yeah, I'm out. That's why I'm sitting here,
There you go.
enjoying your company, watching these great players put on a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. So I heard 1 go down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at the overhead real quick. So right off the top, I think I like the stripes. All right, the 14, the 13, the 15 are all decent balls to break that 2 ball or that 12 out. I also don't mind the solids because the 4 ball is a decent ball to get to the 2.
Yes.
I think
I think I like the stripes as well.
I think we'll take see him take stripes. 'Cause even if you don't want to break that 12 out, you could play the 12-9 combo.
Right.
And not very many options left on that 2 other than breaking it out. I think we'll see him play 11 to the 10
Mm-hmm.
and then back out to the middle and start from there, solving those problems. It looks like that 8 ball will squeak by the 6 and the side, so that's not an issue.
Oh, that's a kind of a tight squeeze.
Okay, so he did play to this combo right away, it looks like.
Mhm. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, like the question is, what do you get after, right?
Exactly.
What are you going to leave? You don't want to take this difficult shot just to leave another unreasonably difficult shot. If you can make this and come away with something you're fairly comfortable with, then it's absolutely worth it. But if you can't find that, then you definitely need to consider other options before you just let this go.
Right.
But he likes it, so he's got something in mind.
Oh, no, he looks like he's shooting the 15 ball in.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
No, I think it's a smart play. Didn't leave himself a whole lot. Backwards cut, 14 top left corner.
Yeah, and you
Guess
can
the
run
13 goes through.
Can he see enough of the 13?
To put it in the top right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Well, the question is, can he make that 14 and draw into the 2? I think that's a little much.
Yeah, we can't exactly defy the laws of physics, can we? We can try.
I think you might be able to,
I think there's enough angle as well.
but it's just you got to pinch draw this ball. It's not
Mhm.
easy.
Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful.
What a shot.
Excellent shot. You know, I've always said I don't mind losing to somebody who's good. It's, it's when the ones who don't know what they're doing get you.
Yeah.
Those are really frustrating.
I really don't mind losing as long as I don't play bad.
Yeah.
As long as I feel like I didn't give it away, I don't really care about the outcome as much.
Yeah.
But that's so hard to do. You really got to be on your game.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, you feel like you win a lot of the times.
Beautiful shot. Oh, I thought he had it. And he left a shot. A nice starter shot too. 3 in the corner. That's the only shot I see.
Unless he can see enough of that 7 to go.
I don't think he can.
Yeah, it's close. I think you're right. I don't think he can quite get to it.
I think he could bank it, but that's not really the way that
Yeah.
I would go.
You don't need to bank it yet.
No,
right?
not when you have an open 3 like that.
Correct.
And a great stroke like this guy does. Look at that.
No, just come up here. Now he's got options. He can play the 2.
Yeah,
He can play I think he'd play the combo. He's sitting real nice on this combo.
he sure is.
Just needs to pay attention to what happens to that 4 ball. It looks like it wants to leak down to this bottom left corner, so you might see him play it with a little speed.
Sure.
Just a little bit of speed.
Oh, he might have hurt himself with the 2 ball.
Yeah, I definitely think he did. That 2 ball is really tricky. It's one of those where you don't even like going in the side off the 8.
Right. Exactly.
Like you don't want to go in off the 8. It doesn't really go clean into the side. And then shape for anywhere else on that 2 ball is asking a lot.
Right.
Really, this shot to another, getting shape after this one isn't even easy.
No.
He might-
because it's going to throw the 4 ball when he makes the or the 4 ball in the bottom left corner will make the cue ball drift.
Right, yeah. The cue
In the
ball
other-
wants to
Right.
come
and-
down here to the bottom right where you got
Could-
nothing.
Right. And it could hide behind the 10 ball and he'd have no shot at the 7 and of course not the 2 either.
And I don't think that 7 goes in the left side anymore because of where that 10 ball is now.
I would have to agree with you.
Yeah. It's like a really, really thin back cut. And I'm not even sure you can see enough of that 10, even if you do get shape.
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking to see if that 7 goes in this corner.
Well, look at that.
And if it doesn't go by the 10, he can bank it cross corner. I like that shot. I like the
Mhm.
bank into the bottom right, and you draw your cue ball into the 8.
Yeah.
Even between the 8 and the rail is somewhat okay because you
Mhm.
can still come off the 2. But I think realistically you would like to bump the 8 here. Tough to do that and make the bank, though. Very, very tough.
Right. I actually learned to shoot pool by watching. For about 3 years, I sat on a stool and I watched my brother shooting. I was too small; they wouldn't let me shoot.
Wow.
And so I'd sit there and I'd watch. And I'm a huge proponent of not just practicing on your own, but watching people that are better, because you learn so much about strategy and control.
Oh, yeah. I think that's where I learned about 90% of what I know as well. I just literally do this all day. I'll jump on somebody's stream and just watch what they got.
Mm-hmm. This will be a great shot if he executes it. Oh,
Yeah, see.
that was
That's exactly what he went for.
that's what he went for, and unfortunately, he didn't make the shot.
Yeah, I was so thin to bank that
Mhm.
and draw the cue ball, you know. In order to make that 7, you feel like you're drawing your cue ball right into that side pocket.
Yeah.
But he gave it a decent chance.
Certainly
Mhm.
did.
Definitely not an easy shot by any means.
Well, Shawn has an opportunity here to even it out to 3-3. Let's see if he can do it. Does he start with the 9?
Nah, I
No.
think he'll use the 9 as his out ball.
It would be other than the 11 ball. I don't think there was a bad out ball.
Yeah. If he can get straight in on that 9 in either of the side pockets, so I think that's pretty ideal. Might have to take it now.
He certainly will. He didn't get, I don't think, the shape he was hoping for, but it's easier for him to get shape on that 10 ball now
Mhm.
where the cue ball landed.
Yeah, actually, you're right. He can play this 10 in the same
Mhm.
corner pocket, or he can roll forward for the 10 in the side.
Yes.
So he's got plenty of options. Just needs to
Yeah.
hit this one good. Looks like he's rolling forward.
Yeah, he sure does. Oh, now that's the case of the English throwing the ball out of the pocket.
You know?
It's a very frustrating thing.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he didn't just float that one in.
I am as well.
I think the angle allowed him to just kind of roll that one in. And if he was going to stroke it like that, I think I would have preferred to put bottom on it and just try to kill the cue ball.
Exactly.
He tried to stun it over a little bit, and that's exactly what happened. He threw it out just a little bit.
Well, let's see if Kyle makes him pay for that mistake. Either way, it's a tough shot. Nice. That's where
Did
the
he
problem
hold it?
was.
Did he hold it?
I don't think he did. I don't think he can see it.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Now he's in Are we going to see him go get the short cue here?
Interesting.
No, he's thinking of something else.
He looks maybe to masse.
That's what he's sizing up. I think I would rather jump it, only because you only have to jump a piece of that 10.
Correct.
You don't have to go over the whole ball, so you really don't even have to jump it that much.
Right. And the ball's in a good spot for it to be jumped, but he's going to go for the masse, it looks like.
Okay, he's calling it. Big shot.
Yes. Very big shot. He's going to get himself a little curve here. Not quite what he was hoping for.
No, that one's going to hurt.
That's going to leave a mark, as people like to say these days.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we should have a tie ball game here
Yeah.
in a minute.
Mm-hmm. From this angle, watching him shoot, it's a lot straighter where from watching it on the video here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different angle.
Yeah, you feel like that cue ball wants to really drift up table, huh? But
Right.
he can hold it because it's
Yeah.
definitely.
That was a very well played shot. That as well. Excellent.
Yeah, he's gonna tie this one up.
He sure is. This is where beginners, you just make the ball. Don't get fancy. Just make the ball. Nice shot.
Kind of like that. All right, tie ball game, folks. Let's hear those predictions. I mean, naturally, I have to root for Kyle, right?
Why?
Because he's on Team Kyle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I can't root against my own kind.
Okay. Well, what am I ever going to do? There's no other Lettys.
We'll find you one. But definitely, Shawn looks like he's going to give him a run at the very least. Interested to see how Shawn decides to break these balls, especially since Kyle's moving.
Oh,
Yeah.
B's going for the head ball.
Yeah. It's so
Oh.
surprising to me how Kyle moved to that second ball break, because I feel like he's breaking so well in the beginning of the match. This looks dry.
Yeah. You know, maybe he had a couple of breaks that didn't go so well during his warm-up.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he made that decision to switch it up a little bit. Well, the 10 and the 4 ball are kind of hindering each other. And that's really the only real problem I see.
Absolutely.
So whoever can get that out and break it out first, I think will be the winner
The 7
of
can
this
be.
particular game.
Yeah, if you like solids, the 7 ball can be a little bit of a problem. The 2 ball is a little, just a little congested.
Right.
And for the stripes, I don't think that 14 passes the 1 in the side. I'm not sure. If it does, it's got half a pocket. Cool.
I can't tell
Yeah, it's
from
tough.
this angle.
If the 14 does go, I really like the stripes, and you just start with the 15.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But if not, then realistically, you don't even really have a good look at a solid right now either.
Well, it looks like he's looking at the stripes. Is he going to he's liking the 13 ball as well. I saw him aiming that one up.
Yeah, if the 14 does go, I like starting with the 13 and then just getting that 14 as soon as I can. Hopefully, you can even almost play it off the one.
Oh, yeah.
Just shave the one with the 14.
Yep. That would definitely be an option. Definitely taking his time to make a choice.
Yeah, I really like that about Kyle. Again, he doesn't make any decisions before he knows. You know, he'll be patient enough to take his time and make sure that he develops a good plan that he's comfortable with. And that helps a lot when you're down on your shots, you know. You got to trust what you're doing. If you're on the 50-yard line at all, a lot of the times you'll end up missing.
That was a good shot. He held the ball very well.
See how he hits this shot, because he can come off this 9 and go right there with left spin
Mm-hmm.
and go into the back of that 4. I don't really like it. In fact, I think he's playing for shape on the 11.
Well, how hard he hits it.
See, he
Yeah.
went into it. Oh my gosh! And he didn't get
Oh.
stuck, right? So he didn't come away with a shot, but he didn't get necessarily like stuck up in that clutter like I thought he would.
Right.
Still unfortunate not to come away with a shot.
It's so easy to miscalculate how the ball is going to react when you're taking those kinds of shots.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of, you know, a lot of people will say this tip with this much spin, you know, if you play it 2 tips, it ends up right here at this speed. But that's exactly what it is. It's all just a guess, a judgment.
Speculation. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
like, it is. That's probably one of the hardest things to judge in pool, is exactly how to negotiate your angles when you're, you know, putting speed and spin around the table.
Exactly.
Super easy to lose the cue ball line.
And still make the shot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of factors go into shooting pool.
All right. So we got Shawn back at the table. We got the solids, which actually look pretty good now that that 12 is out.
Yes.
He can roll forward on that 1 for the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Or really, he can use the 2, the 7. He can get to that 4 pretty easily.
Oh, sure.
So we might see Shawn take his first lead, starting with the 4.
I think that's really the only shot he has, is that 4 ball. Down
I
in
thought
the,
he could see the 6, but I guess not.
I don't think so.
Oh, what a shot!
Very nice shot. Very, very nice shot. And, uh-oh. The 10 ball's now in the way of the 5.
I'll tell you what, if he can make that 5, he'll shoot it right now. Because you can make this ball off the point.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it off the point, but those shots are never fun to shoot. But he's in a really good position to do that right now.
Excuse me.
I feel like he's straight enough to really cheat this pocket like he needs to, if he can. Oh, I don't mind this option either. If you can make the 6 and play short side, play the 5 in the top left,
Right.
or bump it out.
Or
Looks
bump it out.
the way
exactly.
he's stroking the ball looks like he'll. Oh, he tried.
He sure did. That's unfortunate. He's now going to have to figure out a different way to get to that 5 ball.
Yeah.
Both the corner pockets on the right side are both blocked by the 10 and the 9.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you can bank it in the top left. Just by the 10.
Okay.
Definitely not a high percentage shot.
No.
Especially because that 10 almost sits on the line.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very close.
I mean, really, he doesn't have a good look right now either.
Is he going to try the 7 in the side pocket?
Yep.
Yes, he did. Oh, and he missed. That was a tough shot. Looked like he was pretty high up against the rail. The angle was difficult.
Does that 14 go on the side?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's not on the rail.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just, it's one of those placements on the pool table that you
Mhm.
never want to see one of your balls really end up.
Well, I mean, granted, nobody would ever put it there on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those shots where when they're sitting right there, even if you're straight in, it's still hard to make.
It is, because it's so easy to hit the tip of the rail, and next thing you know, you're coming off, and yeah, they are very frustrating shots.
Yeah.
I think you're almost better off going straight down.
Exactly, like past the point.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because if that's really, and those are even no fun because the point of the other side of the pocket sticks out.
Right. And there he did it.
He had no problem. But
Oh.
he wanted that 10.
The 10 got away from him. That's a shame, but that's still a good shot. Very hard to control a ball when it's so close to a rail because it acts like a springboard.
Mm-hmm.
And just it's so hard to judge.
Yeah, and a lot of funny things happen when you're coming off a ball and a rail's really close like that. A lot of
Right.
funny things in physics happen.
Oh gosh.
You know, when speed is involved, it's different. When a lot of spin is involved, it reacts different.
Yes.
And so very, very hard to judge. And yeah, it comes off that rail when you don't have any spin or speed like that, like a lot more than you thought.
Right.
That's what I don't know if you saw the last match when Dean scratched on the 8.
Yes.
Yeah, he touched it. He just touched that 8 ball and it sprung off the rail,
That's right.
you know. Realistically, he might have been better off just completely smashing it with top spin. Just because the way it dies off the end rail if you really
Right.
juice it up.
Right.
But that's not something you want to do, but it's just like you also don't expect that ball to take off of that rail like it did.
Right. Now this is a very good leave.
Mm.
The 7 ball will go in the corner. However, BCA rules state you can only go half the how is that? I know what I'm trying to say.
You have to be jacked up 45.
Yeah.
Is that when you
Or if
or
you
shoot
just-
away?
or shoot away,
Yeah.
or if you try to shoot it straight, the cue ball can't go further than half the distance of where that ball is.
Yeah.
So of course you would want to jack up or shoot off. I think I would prefer to jack up.
Mm-hmm. Right, because then you don't really involve
Mhm.
throw. I feel like when I jack up, though, I double hit it every time. I'm so bad at it.
Looks like he might be trying to cut that 5 ball in the top left corner, maybe.
I like that decision. If anything, it takes the 10 away, right?
Oh, he's going to try and back cut it into the top right. There's a potential to scratch, though. And there it is.
Nice call. That one's going to hurt, too.
Yeah.
The way Kyle controls the ball, he should be fine. Yeah, everything's out in the open.
Yeah.
I don't know what I like starting with here though.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, so much potential for. Oh, he had ball in hand?
Mm-hmm. You called the scratch. Yeah,
Oh,
he scratched.
that's right.
Yep.
Oh, well, that makes this choice much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or does it?
11, 10, 9, 8 in the side.
Okay. I think you probably dead on right here.
We'll see. I'm not a 590, so.
Well, looks like you think like one.
Yeah, well, as I said, I watched a lot of pool when I was a kid.
This shot can get away from you though. The 7 ball is a big ball, and if you, because it looks like he'll be playing for the 7-3 between the 7-3 for the
Right.
9.
Now, if he does that, what's the potential of him running that cue ball into the 5 ball?
And this is why,
Oh,
because
he's
he's
going
nice
9
and
ball.
straight on the 9,
That
So he
stop shot.
guaranteed
it
shape.
Missed. What was that? An overstroke, or he just?
I think that's
tried
just one of
to
those
get that
where
shape.
he not even get the shape. I think he was just 50-yard line between the 9 and the 10.
Yeah.
I think if he was committed to the 11 to the 9, he would have put the cue ball a little closer towards the 9 part side of that rail, right? Be a little
Mhm.
closer to the 9.
Sure.
And then so he changed his mind, so he wasn't fully committed to
Right.
that stroke, which is the only reason he missed, right? He stroked it well,
Right.
aimed it well. It just bobbled on him, so
I agree with you. I agree. If you don't fully commit, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to miss.
right. Even if you do every single thing right,
Right.
you know?
You've already kind of talked yourself into a situation.
Absolutely. So this is a big shot though too, starting with the 2. Unless he plays safe under the 9.
I can't tell. No, he went for the cut.
Yeah, so second chance for Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Kind of the same thing, just
Yeah.
closer.
Same shot.
Yeah. I think he's gonna try and come off the just.
Now he's on the 7. This is manageable.
Yeah, he can come off the rail and kick it in.
You gotta watch the
Then
scratch in the
gotta
top
watch the
left.
scratch, and you also have to watch where you're going to leave that cue ball, so you can at least have a decent shot at that 8 ball.
Doubling his angle there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to put top on this one. And that really allows the cue ball to roll through the 10 ball onto that back rail.
Ooh, that was a great try, and he owns that pocket.
Yep.
So now his opponent has a problem because that 5 ball is right where the 10 ball is.
Yeah, that's kind of an issue, right? Like I don't one option I do see, it's not probably the best option, but so you can roll that 5 ball through the 10, but the way the 10 sits, I think the 3 ball rolls through the 10 so much easier. So if you can get shape on the 3 into that pocket,
Mm-hmm.
I think the 3 ball will go off that 10 off the right point and go in the pocket, right?
Yes.
Whereas that 5 ball wants to come off that 10 ball and go straight into the point and kind of rattle or bounce out.
Right.
So I think if he wants to clear that pocket, he should use the 3. But you definitely don't have to, right? You can bank that 5
Right.
straight back.
Right.
But look, see, I think what he was doing there was trying to play shape for that 5 to roll through it.
Right. That's a good try.
Yeah, he hit it good.
Mm-hmm.
It just, another one of those bobbles.
Well, and you put so much English, and it's going to have an effect on that ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened here.
Needs that to go. Oh, no. Well, we saw an
Oh my.
unbelievable kick in the last match.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see another one. This is tougher, I think, too, just because you want to kick right where that side pocket sits. So he's really gonna have to manipulate this one with some spin.
Right. So it looks like he might be using. Oh, he used left to bottom,
Yes.
and he just went a little too low, too far down on the rail, I think, for it to come back to
Right.
kick that 8 ball, which now results in ball in hand. And Shawn may get the lead for the first time this match.
Yeah, I like him to get the lead here.
Mm-hmm.
Might even get lucky enough to see a hill for the second week in a row from these nights.
That would be exciting.
That would be nice. The last match went hill too. So lots of close matches today.
Yeah.
Nobody really pulling away.
And did you know there were 37 contestants for the tournament today?
Yep. I heard them announce it. That's a good turnout.
That's amazing. And they're still shooting.
Oh, they won't be done till midnight.
Oh, looks like it cleaned out pretty good already.
Yeah, it does. It cleans out a fair amount. Everybody who's here is now on the table.
Yeah.
But the last 3 or 4 rounds, when they get down to it, because you can only play like one match at a time. You're always waiting. You're always waiting for somebody else to finish.
Oh, yeah.
So they got a while. They still got a while. I think when we talked about it too, it doesn't make a huge difference between like 30 and 37 or like 25 and 37.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start adding rounds, like 24 is a big number, 48 is a big number, 16, 12.
Right.
All the numbers that kind of add up to brackets. So once you start adding buys and extra rounds when people signed up,
Right.
is when it starts taking a lot longer. So I still like them to get out of here like 11, though.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. Ray Skennendor is in the house participating. He is
He's on the
in the
one
losers bracket,
side.
which is really unusual.
Unfamiliar territory, huh?
Very. You can thank Jeff Tischauer for that.
Yeah, buddy. I knew somebody was going to come in here and beat him because I feel like Ray's won like 3 or 4 in a row now.
Oh, really?
I don't know
Okay.
how he ended up last week, but he ended up in the finals last week. I don't know how they finished. And you just feel like
Excellent.
Ray is always in the top 3.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. He has quite a strut when he shoots pool. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, confident,
Yeah. When he's
strut
on, he
on.
struts.
Yeah. That's funny.
What do they call it? Swag?
Yeah. That's exactly what they call it.
Yeah.
All right. A little bit of a player break as Shawn does take his first lead of the match.
Well, yeah. So, good time for a break.
Well, I'm pretty sure Kyle called it because he just lost his lead.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So you think he's called it so he can maybe gather himself?
Oh
and
yeah,
Have a little pep talk. with
ice the
himself?
kicker a little bit, make sure
Mhm.
Shawn doesn't stay in a rhythm and reset his rhythm.
Right.
It's a big power move.
Yeah, that's true. I was at state this year and shot against this man who very, very slow player. And I asked him to speed it up, and he didn't like that. And he said harassing him was that I was fouling because I harassed him to ask
Oh
him to
yeah, you're sharking him.
yeah, and I said, well, actually, slow play is a form of sharking as well.
Absolutely.
So you can look at it from either direction.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying about getting him out of his rhythm.
Yeah, just call the timeout, right? You don't want
Mhm.
to change your pace of play, but if you can take a break and
Mhm.
force him to restart, sometimes that's enough to throw him off his rhythm. Absolutely.
Learn something new every day.
And there's a big controversy with being able to, because if Kyle did end up calling that timeout, right? Technically, it's Sean's break. So in
Mhm.
that situation, a lot of the times the player who's at the table can decide to continue playing so that he doesn't have to break his rhythm. You're really
Oh.
only supposed to call timeout when you have control of the table.
Well, it looks like it was Shawn who called the timeout because he won the last game
Yeah.
and walked away for a minute.
Right. I'm not even sure if that's really established here. It's obviously a little different for us. The Knights have a little more leeway
Mm-hmm.
with how they call that. I'm sure if they both agree on timeout, that's fine. If Kyle's like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" while Sean's at the table, it's a little different. Sean can definitely allow it if he's okay with it, but I also feel like he has the option to say, "No, I'm still shooting," right? And
Right.
wait till you get to the table. See how he hits this one.
Yeah, but you don't find those kinds of shooters at the Mad Apple.
No,
Everybody's
yeah,
pretty personable, friendly. Everyone here, the staff,
exactly. Yeah.
everyone here's very, very personable.
Yeah, it is more about the experience here than the outcome, no doubt.
Right. And I like that because they have junior leagues here and they have regular leagues, and it shows the juniors how to be good sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not all about, you have to learn how to win well, not just lose well. You have to be able to do
Yep.
both of those
Both
things.
well, yep. Yep. Nobody, and really you end up killing a lot of your action when you lose well.
Mm-hmm.
Even if people do take your money, they'll be like, "Ah, I don't want to play that guy because I don't want to deal with it."
Right.
So, nice level head always helps you the best. He made a ball here. Doesn't really have a. How many stripes did he make? 3 stripes?
3 stripes and no 0 solids.
You almost see.
He's only has 4 stripes left
He's
on the table.
banking this 10, or is he playing the combo?
I can't tell.
He's playing the
Playing
combo.
the combo.
That is insane. The only reason I like taking solids is because the one ball controls the 8, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't do you much because that 15 is right there, right? So many things you can do with that 15 to get to the 8 ball.
Yeah. See, now I've been shooting for years and years and years, and that's the first time I've ever heard anybody say, though, that a ball is controlling another ball, and you're completely correct.
Yeah, the one ball.
The
Yeah.
one ball is in control of that 8 ball, but
Mm.
I've never really heard it put that way before.
Absolutely.
That's a really, really great way to put it because it really puts the whole game into perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. You say, okay, well, you don't have control of the 1, so how do you get the 8 out? And really, the way the 1-8 sits,
Mhm.
it can end up funny when you break it out for stripes.
Right.
Whereas if you break it out with solids, it's very controllable, right?
Right.
You feel like if you make that 1, you can really get control of that 8 as well. So I think that's a little bit of the difference, and that's one thing I've really been paying attention to recently is not only what balls are tied up, but how they sit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because sometimes you'll have a couple balls on the outside, and you say, okay, well, I know if I go into those, certain balls won't move. A lot of them get stuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And so knowing how those are going to react helps you a lot with how you're going to break them out and what suit to play, whether it be solids or stripes.
Right.
So
That's a great point.
yeah,
Great point.
it really helps with your decision making at the beginning of the rack.
So Shawn went too far, so he lost his ability for his a 7 to go into the side. So he took his, was that 6 ball?
Yeah.
Now he's going to, looks like, take his 3.
Yeah. I
And
don't.
then he's going to have to try and set up for that 7-2.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that. Oh, the 7-2 combo looks okay.
Does it? Yeah, I guess it does.
7-2 combo looks manageable, right? Depending on how close they are.
They're pretty close. They're less than a cube of chalk
Yeah.
distance.
Do you know about I'll call oh, he's going for the 2 right now. Do you know what how to throw 2 balls when they're wired or when they're touching?
I
You know
do.
how that kind of works?
I do.
Yeah, so I think that applies when there's a centimeter or less between the balls
Right.
where they'll react like they're
The way they're
touching.
supposed to.
Yeah.
See, now I grew up calling those push shots.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
where you kind of just push through the angle
Right.
and you would think that they would react like normal, but because they're so
Nope.
close, they both go the same direction.
Exactly. And then the cue ball rides with it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important to know too, especially when you're
Absolutely.
playing those kinds of combos.
This is going to be interesting because he's going to take that. Oh, he could take that 1 ball now.
Yeah, I like that. That leads
That would
well to
be-
the 3.
Yeah, because it's just a little on top, bring it back, 3 in the corner, or 3 in the side. I do that a lot. I call the side pockets corners all the time.
Just call it. They're all holes. Now you can
Yeah.
underhit this ball, and then you got to dance your cue ball around.
Oh,
so
boy.
be careful of that. His speed's
Right.
really important.
And there it is.
He didn't want to go in. I expected him to put a little bit of outside.
Right.
To
Come
come-
back around the right side of the 15 for the 3 in the side pocket,
Yeah.
bypassing the 9. And then he would have just tapped it in and he could have had the 8 in the top right corner pocket. But that is no longer an option.
Yeah, there's a couple shots where I feel like Shawn was going to or had a good opportunity to put some spin on the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and he just kind of strays away. I haven't seen him really dance the cue ball much at all, or really move it outside of its natural path for that matter.
I would agree with you.
He plays a little bit of top, a little bit of bottom, but I
Mhm.
really feel like he tries to stay in the middle of that cue ball as much as he can.
And there's a lot to be said for little simpler shooting. You
Mhm.
don't have to always go out and, oh, nice, dazzle.
Right. But in those
It's-
situations, you kind of guarantee your cue ball to be safe, whereas
Mhm.
he's kind of taking a chance at putting all of his eggs and making that 1 ball.
Right.
If you put a little more control into that cue, you're right. You obviously lower your percentages, but you also feel like you're getting a better percentage on your next shot.
I would agree with you.
And so it's just something interesting I noticed, because especially when you get up to this level, a lot of these guys they don't even think twice about dancing the cue ball around when they need to.
Oh, yeah.
They like, I know a lot of players who like putting a lot of spin on the ball.
My brother is one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very dynamic shooters
Yeah.
who
yeah.
really like to, people will go, holy moly's, did you see that shot?
Yeah.
They don't say holy moly's.
Yeah.
I say holy moly's. Now that was an excellent shot.
Yeah, that's a perfect example, right? He put a
Mhm.
decent amount of left spin to come over.
Exactly.
Whereas if he just puts straight top, he's behind that 8 ball almost. You know?
Right.
You're coming right back at that 8 ball.
Right. And he's got perfect opportunity to set for either the 9 or the 10.
Yep.
He's going to set for the 10 because I think that the 9 ball is the ball before the 8, just by where it's sitting.
Right. I think you're right. I'll just draw this back to the middle.
Oh. See what he does. Yep. 10 in the corner.
This one, well, he's obviously fine, but you don't want
Right.
to under hit this one.
Right.
Tough to over hit this one, I feel like. Oh, okay, so he's gonna
Okay.
play the 10 or the 10 at last.
I'm wondering if he made that decision because he would have clipped that 3 ball.
Yeah, I'm a little scared to clip the 3 or really put a
So
power draw stroke into it.
right. So easy to, get the cube or get the 3 ball between you and your object ball. So I I think that was a really good decision.
Yeah.
And he's going to leave him a very tough shot if he's not able to make this, which is not likely.
Right, right. But it's always good to have that as a backup.
Sure. Excellent. Excellent out.
And that just goes back to how much I really like Kyle's decision making on the table, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like he plays a little bit differently than a lot of people, but all of his decisions fit so well. He controls the cue ball and the speed of the cue ball so well
Mm-hmm.
that he can really work the patterns that he's comfortable with. Because whenever I kind of get like that, I feel like my speed is so much further than it needs to be. Like, it's not where it needs to be, whether it be too soft or too hard. I can't get a good feel for the shot.
Sure.
But he's got such nice touch and such good feel that he doesn't have to manipulate the cue ball too much. He knows the shortest, easiest path and is really good at executing. And there you see he goes back to this head ball break.
Right.
Does
Right.
he get one to go?
No, he got one in.
Okay, okay.
He did get a ball on the break.
I was wondering if that 13 was the only one that threatened, but look at the split compared to the
Yes.
side.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so surprised that he kind of took a break from that. Maybe he went back into the bathroom and thought about that. Said, if I get back to the break, I'm gonna
Just get out there and bust them.
break and run like I did in the
Uh.
first rack. That's why I was so surprised. He hit 3 good breaks at the beginning of the match.
Right. And maybe that was, when things are going so well, you start shooting maybe a little more conservatively.
Absolutely.
And then it works against you. It's actually not always the best. And I think maybe he might have realized that.
Yeah. Yeah, really, I can't speak enough about Kyle's mental game. I think he's very mentally strong, smart, makes good decisions, doesn't try too much. He's always in it mentally.
Sure.
You're not going to see him make too many mental errors.
Okay.
And I think that's probably one of the things that he did think about. You're right.
So Anthony Martin is asking, did the Jesters play yet?
Yes, sir, Anthony. They sure did. They got it done about 3:30. Started at 1:30. Oh,
Oh, an
rattles that ball.
uncharacteristic miss.
you missed a good one, that's for sure. They went hill.
Dean was up at 1.4-1, correct?
4-1, yep. 4-1.
And they did go hill, and Dean was not the victor,
Yeah.
but he put up a great match.
He played really, really well, actually, other than those 2 really costly mistakes.
Right.
Yeah. Just gave away 2 8-balls. Literally gave away 2 8-balls, and that's all it took to determine the match, right?
Exactly.
You don't give those 2 away. It's a very, very different outcome.
Absolutely.
And to make those mistakes and still keep it hill proves how much of a battle it was, and that he was shooting, he was shooting well.
Yeah. And I got to give all of these people, all these shooters that jump on this, and I've never done it. I don't think my nerves can take it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be. It's not that I'm afraid I would make a fool out of myself, but I would like to give as good a show as these people are doing right now.
Absolutely.
Well,
You were one name that was brought up today
for what?
for the Queens. Get in there. Get in there.
I'll probably freeze and choke.
Well, you don't know until you try.
That's true. That's true.
'Cause what if you try and you just
Well,
whitewash them?
what's the What's the wait time on the queens right now?
Oh, the wait time? I
Mhm.
know it's not as bad as the jesters or the knights.
Well, Dean told me that he was on the waiting list for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. It's
So-
not that long for the queens. I know the queens is the shortest, I think, other than maybe the kings.
Yeah.
That's a good stroke there.
Wow.
And great shape on the
Perfect shot.
Yeah.
That was so well executed.
It's got one more problem with the one ball because it doesn't look like it goes by the 9.
Right.
So you got to get to the 7 and then the 1.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how he does. Looks like he's going to put some low right on it. Try to bring the cue ball back. Nope.
Needs
A
that
little
to
too far, maybe.
stop.
Nope, he's got it.
Yeah, he's good.
He's got it.
And he's got a good angle to come out for the 1.
Yes, he does.
But he needs right spin for it.
Mhm.
Is he going to put the right spin he needs to get there?
Well, and the problem here is it's the dreaded straight ball shot. It's a straight shot into the 7.
I think he's got a little angle. He'll come off that top rail, and what he was looking at there was not. He won't put any spin on this one. And he'll come off that 7,
Mm-hmm.
off the top rail, and play the 1 in the side.
Right. He doesn't have to do a whole lot to it. He just needs to make sure not to kill the cue ball on the rail.
Correct. Yeah, because if you leave it on the rail, it
Mhm.
makes that shot about 10 times harder.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely.
So
You can't get a good enough grab on the ball. Just all kinds of.
yeah, you can't hit the dead center where you want to.
I don't know. That ball looks so straight. I mean, I know he's going to get it, but we'll see. I think he's going to put some. Yeah, there it is. That was a good shot.
Floated over real nice. So
Mhm. That was a really
again,
good shot.
this is a little touchy too, depending on how straight he is here, because you don't want to just float this one in. You're going to end up behind the 8, right? So you really got to commit to going forward or playing a stop shot. And stop shot in these side pockets cuts the pocket size in about half.
Mm-hmm.
Cuts it down by about half. You got to hit this ball like twice as clean.
Right.
Well shot.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
was
was
well struck.
beautiful. So, looks like the 8-ball will go past the 9.
Yep.
It's tight, but it'll go.
Absolutely. I think he's got a little bit more of a half of a pocket.
Mm-hmm.
When it's half a pocket, you have to play it off the point of the pocket to
Right.
get it to go. But I think he'll be able to get this one in clean.
You think Shawn will take the lead here?
Oh yeah,
I
you
think
gotta
so.
like him.
Yeah. I mean, he shot this. He couldn't have shot it more perfect, really.
Yeah, after he ended up real good on that, what was that 6 ball down here on the other end
Exactly.
of the table, it just opened
Yes.
up his pattern, and he stayed in control.
Yeah.
So very well done.
5-4. Shawn takes the lead for the first time this match.
I think it's the second time he went up 4-3, didn't he?
I think you're right.
Yep.
I
it
might
was,
be
I
mistaken.
think it was 4-3 when they took the break, and Kyle came back and won that one.
Okay.
Now Shawn regains the lead for the first time,
Very, very cool.
but nonetheless, I don't think we've had more than a 2-game lead the whole match.
Right.
It was 2-0, 3-1.
These two gentlemen are very, very well matched as far as skill level, knowledge, and pretty much have an ice water in their veins.
Yeah.
They're doing great.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I mean, they're keeping their head in the game.
Mm.
Very, very few mistakes. And the mistakes are more, like that kick not the kick, but where he made that shot and then it hit the 8-ball and
Getting
the 8-ball
hooked.
he was hooked.
Yeah. Position errors, not very many missed shots at all, really. Yeah.
Right.
And when they are missing them, they're bobbling them.
Right.
We're not seeing them off by more than a quarter of a diamond.
Right.
And very consistent. Yeah, very consistent. we have not seen a lot of defense either. Very interesting as
No.
well.
No, we have not. Have we seen a single safety play?
Right? I feel like I don't think I've seen
No.
one.
You are very, very correct on that. They're playing straight up offense.
Which is, it's so hard to play safeties in 8 ball when you get to this level.
Yeah.
It's so hard to cut off all the options, you know. And I think that's why.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think when you get to this level, I think a safety is more a fire call than it would be a usual route of play.
Yeah.
The better shooters are very aggressive. Very aggressive, and that's that's partly what makes them so good.
Exactly.
Is that confidence in themselves that they're able to be as aggressive as they are. Oh,
We
wow.
got Lyle Gable. That's Kyle's dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's saying that he's predicting Hill right now.
Oh,
I like it. I like it.
I like it too.
And we got my mom commenting. Hey, mama. She'll be out here in a couple weeks, I believe.
Out here from where?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, she's moving here?
No, she's coming to visit.
Ah.
My-
Well, that'll be nice.
I have a twin brother who lives in near Chicago right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, lost
Wow.
cue ball.
That is not something you see Shawn do very often.
Nope. I don't think we'll see much more of it. So Kyle definitely needs to capitalize. But yeah, my brother lives near Chicago. My mom lives in Phoenix. So she's going to go to Chicago and then they're going to drive up.
Oh, that'll be nice. A little family reunion.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. So excited to show her my box over here, my commenting box.
Okay.
Show her around the pool hall. She plays a little bit herself.
Does she?
Yep.
Okay. My mom always wanted to try, but she just never really did it.
Right.
She's too much of a girl.
It's one of those things, yeah. And it is one of those things where you're kind of nervous to start because you feel like you're going to, like you said, embarrass yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so difficult to pick up at the very, very beginning. But once you get into it, I think everybody I know kind of gets bit by the bug.
Sure.
You know, how hard is a little different,
Well,
but
that's wow, that was really wide. That's really the first real miss we've watched.
yep, I think I definitely agree with that.
I think the 5 is the ball to take here.
The only issue I see, if you want to call it an issue, the only difficulty in this rack is getting good shape on the 1, right?
Right.
Don't think the 3 passes into that corner, so really you can play the 5 and draw back to the 1 right now, right?
Mhm. Sure.
5 and then draw back 2 inches for the 3 in the side, and then really you can roll forward.
That would be, yeah. Let's see if he thinks the way you do.
See, I think he wants to play the 6-7
I think he's going to
first.
play the 6-7. And then he'll probably come down for the 3 and then the 1.
Right. And then you're playing from the 1 to the 8, which I like playing the 7 or the 6 better to
I
the
agree.
8.
That would be he could actually roll this 6 ball even to the top and take the 1 all the way down. It's a clean shot.
Yeah, see, I like that better than leaving the 1 last.
Right.
I just don't like leaving that 1 last. You got a little bit of traffic to cross to get to the 8.
Right.
You know, it's just, if you get funny, it's just not as easy. But yeah, see, that's what he's going to do.
Okay.
He can even draw to the 1 right now, but I just don't see him doing that. I think he'll just roll this one in and play to the 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing by the way he's measuring.
And so that one ball shape becomes a little more dangerous because you need an angle, right?
Sure do.
You can't be straight on that one ball. So he really needs to focus on this shot and make sure he can come off that rail safely or lay on the rail safely. Whatever he decides, he needs to make sure he can get close and an angle to that
Ooh, look
one.
at that. But he's against the rail. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, see, this is extremely tricky. Your cue ball almost wants to float right at the 9.
Right. Right.
And the wrong side of the 9 for
On
that.
top, yeah.
Yeah, the
I
cue ball
agree.
like wants to go straight at the 1 out of the 9 almost.
So let me pick your brain. Would you consider taking the 3 in the side pocket with a little bit of right to try and kick that 9 ball and clear the way for the 1?
Yeah, I like running into the 9 if I feel like that angle is there. You just really got to focus on your speed.
Right.
Just like that. So you hit it
Yeah.
beautifully.
Beautiful.
Any harder, that 9 comes out and you're too close to the 1. Any softer, you're on the 9. So
Exactly.
that was great touch, and he's got a beautiful angle here to work either side of the 8 ball that he wants.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like to avoid the scratch in the side pocket, he's going to follow the ball to the top and then take the 8 ball down to the bottom right corner.
Well, hopefully he puts a little bit of right spin.
There it is.
He didn't need it. He played it with a little bit of a pop shot.
Mm-hmm.
A little stun follow.
Right. But a very makeable shot.
Oh yeah, I like him to get it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. Is he
Oh,
going to
no.
scratch?
Oh no.
That's an awful way to lose as a shooter. And
This-
it's not fun
yeah.
for the winner either.
It's
Because
not
you
right.
don't want to win like that.
You'll take them, but
You'll
you don't
take
want
it.
to.
Yeah, because you've lost that way yourself. But it doesn't make it any better.
Nope. Nope. And that's the
Excuse
second time we've seen something like that today.
Hmm.
We've seen an early 8 ball made and 2 scratches off of the 8. Yeah, you can't stand losing like that, especially when you play the whole rack so well.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nicely done.
It's very disheartening. And here he goes with the head ball break again.
And that ties the match back up at 5. We're halfway there. Halfway to a
Yeah.
hill. What a snap.
Beautiful, beautiful break.
How much there's 2 balls on the end side of the table. Everything else came up towards the head string.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you know he's hitting them clean. Very well done.
Hmm.
All right. Which one do you like, Letty? The solids or the stripes?
I don't really care for either, but if I had to choose, I would definitely choose the stripes. Only because of the 5 and the 3 ball.
Yeah, okay.
Other than that,
Yeah, I don't like the 3 at all.
no.
But like the 6-14 is kind of like a neutral tied up
Mhm.
thing,
Right.
same problem for both suits.
Yeah.
The only thing that might stray me for going for stripes because I can break those 2 out as a stripes, right? Because you got the 15 sitting right there, and if not, you got the 10 right there to go into the 6-14. So that's 2 good opportunities to break those out. Shape on the 8s could be a little tricky. He might go into him right now. Try to end up on the 15. What a shot.
Beautiful, beautiful shot.
Absolutely beautiful, well controlled, right? He just clips the 6, doesn't move it, just
No.
pops the 14 out, and has a shot on the 15.
Sure does.
Very well formulated shot. Now, this is just as important, though, really, because you want to play the 14 next or the 11
Hmm.
to get over for this 12 ball. That's a big problem, right?
Right.
Like the 12, 13.
I think he's going to Oh, look at that. That was such a good shot.
Yeah. But what option does he gain from this, right? Is my only question. Because he could have rolled forward, or he could have stopped it and had a look at the 12. I think he was playing shape for the 12 right there, and overdrew it a little bit.
Sure.
And so I think he'll try to do that again, play shape for the 12, and try to come down a little bit further, right? He'll play
Mm-hmm.
a draw here with bottom right and try to get a look at the 12. He still gets behind this 2 ball.
Mm,
Now he's kind of in trouble.
right.
You can't even see the 9 anymore.
He's got the 11 ball,
Yeah,
but how are you going to control the cue ball ricocheting off those rails the way they do when they're
Right.
that close? It's not as bad, but it's bad enough.
there's a couple ways you can make. I think he's going to go with this cut, though.
Okay. Nice shot.
What a shot. What a
Beautiful.
shot.
Oh, man.
He got shape on the 9, the 11, and
And the 13
all of
ball.
He got shape on every ball on the table right there.
He sure did.
That was absolutely great.
Doesn't get any better than that. So I
Yeah.
think what I would do here is he's going to take the 9 ball, then his 13, leave some angle on that 12 ball so he can pop that 8 ball out.
Yeah, I like that. Definitely need the angle on the 12 to get
Mhm.
the because I don't think he has an angle on the 9 to do it right now, right?
Right. So if he just shoots the 9 ball in the corner with a stop shot, and then puts the 13 in, that would give him a pretty good angle on that 12 ball for that 8 ball pop to kick it out. We'll see if he thinks the way I do.
Yeah, I think no matter what, it's going to be kind of tough.
Absolutely.
I think that 5 ball kind of cuts a lot of options off for your 13.
Very well. Very, very nicely done.
Yeah, see, now he just has to be careful how he runs into this 5.
Right.
Or if he can avoid it, that's even better. But I'm not sure. He really has to hold the cue ball to avoid it.
Yeah, and now taking it into the side isn't so much an option because it can float, and the 2 ball can get between the cue ball and his 12 ball.
Yep. Yep.
So, yeah, he's pretty much got to get on the other side of this 5, on the side of the 12 in order to.
Does it go? He hit it as good as he could,
It's
right?
as good as he could. You couldn't have done it better.
No. Like to miss the 5, get good shape on the
Mhm.
12,
Had his breakout.
and he cheated the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Literally looks like a millimeter or 2 off, you know?
Right.
So that was a well executed shot. Just didn't quite get it to go.
I agree.
And that opens up the door. Don't think that 3 ball goes in either of those bottom pockets, though, so that's kind of an issue. Getting shape on the 4 is a little bit of an issue as well, which he can do now off the 5. But he's going to have to really stick to a nice pattern here. A lot can kind of go off plan. That's what he's going to do. He's going to play this 5 down to shape to get 4 to the 4 and get the 3 out.
Mm.
And that's
Oh,
perfect.
that was excellent. See, now, I would not have known to do that.
Yeah.
And this is why it's important to watch these streams and to watch these shooters, because you learn just from watching.
Oh, yeah. I think I almost learned more from watching,
Oh, absolutely.
you know?
I can't say I enjoy watching more than I enjoy shooting, but definitely learn more from watching.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a great shot.
He got it to go. Right. Still not
Wow.
over, though.
No, the 13 ball is out of reach. That the 13 ball is out of reach because of the 2 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could combo the 12 into the 13. He could kick shot that 13. That's about it. Or
I'm interested to see if he can't see that 13 if he tries to masse it, because I feel like he's already tried 2 or 3 masses in this. But see, he might be getting down on it to see it.
Sure.
Or a little baby masse.
Look at that.
He needs to
Uh-oh.
stop. He's behind the 2.
Oh,
He really
see?
thought that was going to die off the rail, and it didn't.
Yeah.
So once again, kind of the same situation with the 2.
Yeah.
Are you
Absolutely.
Are you going to masse? Are you going to jump? Yeah, I don't really like the jump. It's a little straight for the jump. You won't get anything on the 8 ball.
Yeah. 2 of my brothers won't jump because they say you can't control the cue ball.
Right.
And I know one person I think who's incredibly good at jumping, and that would be Ba Modi. Have you ever seen him jump?
I don't think so.
Just very fun to watch. Very fun to watch him as well. He needs to get on this stream. Oh no. Wow. Did you see that coming?
Not at all.
I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to get the top of the rail to come back
Mhm.
so that he could take the 8 in that same corner. But his English wasn't enough spin in it.
Yeah, well, that, or maybe like really the cue ball didn't have any time to take English because it was bouncing almost all the way in.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, he
That
bounced into
was-
the top. I mean, he couldn't have hit it any straighter, right? You
right,
can't make that ball and follow it in any better.
right.
And so that's just unfortunate, really. Yeah, I don't know. That's 2 really good shots Kyle hit in this rack
Mm-hmm.
that he really didn't get much reward on.
Right.
And that's hard to give away, right? Especially when you know that Shawn's making you pay.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty straightforward outrun
Oh, yeah.
here. I'm not sure what he likes for his out ball, but
What do you think is your favorite one on this table?
I think I like the 7 if I can get there.
I would agree.
If I can get straight in on the 7
Right.
or somewhat, I'm cool with that. I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
So the question is, will he take the 2 or the 7?
I think he'll take the 7. It naturally flows down to the 6
Right.
if he takes
And
the
it's
2.
it's not a difficult set
Mm-hmm.
from the 2
No,
to the
absolutely.
8. When you've got a wide open table like this, it's kind of a given.
Right. It really comes down to player preference.
Look at that. Very nice.
This is a nice angle to come off the top rail down towards this 2, right
Right.
in line of it.
Right.
And really, the angle he's sitting on should run him down towards the correct left side of that 2 as we
Yeah.
look at it
Yes.
to get back out to the middle. He's a little off
A
off
little
the
bit,
other side, but this
He's
is no
still
problem.
okay.
Yeah, no problems.
Still okay.
Still just make this ball and you get shape.
See, I'm a boring shooter. I would just tap that a little high and take the 8 in the
And the opposite.
opposite corner.
Boring is good. Boring is consistent.
Boring is very
Boring is
consistent.
consistent.
But that was pretty darned impressive.
yeah, those are nice to watch, right?
That was a very impressive shot. I
Well
like
done.
it.
Well done. That's
Mhm.
going to give him the lead once more.
Wow. These guys are really battling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Blow for blow. Yeah.
Blow for blow is right. That's fun to watch.
You got to love it, right? These guys
Yeah.
are really battling. All right. Interested to see how he hits this break, especially since Kyle's starting to go back to that middle ball break or the head ball where he's
Mhm.
playing a little bit more of a run out game too.
So how did you end up here, Kyle?
My best friend lives out here. He's been living out here for like a year. I decided to come visit, and it was just so nice I didn't leave.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's nice out here.
Wisconsin's a great place to be.
It's much more quiet than Phoenix.
I would imagine.
Yeah, more laid back. So I really like that. Cheaper for me to live out here,
Oh gosh, yeah.
and so it was a pretty easy decision. And
That's
we got
good.
this pool hall.
Yeah. Yeah. Every city should have one of these pool halls.
Yeah, like a nice one. I definitely
Oh.
agree.
And this one's so classy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful facility. The food is marvelous.
Unbelievable. I was just gonna say, I think this is the best place to eat
Mm-hmm.
for a pool hall
Oh, absolutely.
by like a lot that I've ever had.
Yeah. This is a tough start. Wow.
Yeah, he's on the really.
He's on top of the 2 ball. So he has no shot either direction. Maybe a kick with the to the 13 ball in the side pocket. I don't see a whole lot here.
He can also kick at this solids combo if he wants, but the
Mhm.
issue with that is that you never know which one of those two you're gonna make.
Right.
You got to call one of them, and
Mhm.
if you feel like you can't get in there clean at the 4 ball, it's tough to call the 1.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to try and kick the 4 ball. Nicely
shot.
done. Nicely done. Probably a little harder than he wishes, but can't have everything, right?
Right. Yeah. He probably played a little strong to make sure that line held.
Mhm.
Yeah, hold that true line.
Right.
Because really, he clipped the 5 just a little, and he's softer, and he clips more of that 5,
Mhm.
and then you're not making that 4. So very well executed, and a pretty open table now.
Oh yeah. It's
Oh, look at this.
oh boy. Oh, that might be a mistake.
I like the creativity.
Yeah. I don't know. He's experienced enough that he should have seen that.
Right.
I'm very surprised.
Yeah, it was creative, and
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think it was necessary though. I think unless he couldn't see the edge of that 1.
Mhm.
But even then, yeah, you got to just nudge that 5.
He just created a lot of problems.
Very hard to deal with that 5.
Mhm.
Luckily, he does own the 9, right? And
Mhm.
so I don't necessarily like Kyle's chances of getting out next at the table, but Kyle can definitely take the table back over
Mhm.
once he's back.
Oh,
Here we go.
there we go. And he left him an opening shot with that 13 ball.
Tough to control the cue ball here, though.
I don't know. Does that 14 ball doesn't go through, does it?
Don't.
Between the 10 and the 12?
No, I don't think so. I think the
don't
10's
so
got it.
either. Yeah. He's going to have to go for that.
And I'm not sure if that 12 passes the 5. That's close. But even if it does, it's not a very good option because you kind of leave your 9 ball stranded. Unless you can
Right.
go into it, but with where that you got to hit that, you want to be straight on those shots when you only have like a quarter of a pocket, half a pocket to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're not straight, it makes making that ball very hard. Although you would probably like to be a little off angle to get that 5 off.
Sure. Well, it did go through that 14 ball.
Oh, yeah, that fooled us.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be able to go into it now. Unless he's straight.
He's pretty straight.
Yeah.
He's very straight, actually.
Probably would have liked an angle to go into that 9 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely going to have a good look at this one.
I would just love to know what's going through his head right now.
Right?
Really? I really, really would.
I really like. That's why I like watching players who are very animated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they put their stick down on the table everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They point at everything that they're thinking about.
I played a safety. Very nice safety. It's going to force him to maybe address that 9 ball.
Yeah, that was actually really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know about the 6-9-5 combo.
Oh, I don't think so.
I
It'll
don't
go
think
right
it
into the
goes.
rail.
Right.
But maybe he can use, I don't know. That's a great leave.
It's tough to attack from here.
Yeah. That's a really, really good leave.
I don't mind softly just rolling that 6 up towards the 12.
Mm-hmm.
If you it's actually really risky. But if you can get that 6 close to that pocket, then you're in a good spot to get the 5 out.
Looks like he's going for the 7 in the side.
Ooh, thin cut here.
Thin, thin. Ooh, he got way too much of that ball.
What is he gonna give up? This is definitely manageable now, though.
Yeah.
Not easy by any means, but I definitely think this one's Kyle can pull this one off.
Yeah. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so he's got a great angle.
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect angle on that 15 to go straight into that 9.
Exactly. He's gonna have to give it some stuff, but it definitely will work.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, he's alive. That ball is gonna go now.
I did not expect that.
So he can follow this ball and get it out still.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll try again. He'll take another swing at this 9 ball right now.
Okay.
Coming off that side rail. It's just going to be tough to get that 9 ball out now, right? You're pushing that 9 ball straight into the middle of that end rail.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So. Oh, see, he still didn't do it.
Mm. I think I would have looked at the 10 ball cut up where the 6 is
Mm-hmm.
for that break shot on that 9. No, miss.
Yeah, I think he just tried. I think he tried that. I think he tried to put that ball on the 2.
Sure.
And so now he's got 2 problems, right? If Shawn is able to manage 1, well, now he's got another one.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically,
comes
that
another
gives
7.
Kyle a good opportunity to break his 9 out.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good shot too, because now that
Mm.
7's in. Well, I would say it's in about the same position for a breakout on the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Kyle's in kind of a situation here where both his balls are really tied up
You sure are.
with no good chance of breaking one out
Mm-hmm.
with a shot.
And burying, not leaving a shot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this is what I thought he would do. I thought he would just break that 9 out. He did really well there, actually,
Yes, he did.
just to leave the 5. And so now, if Shawn takes this 5 ball, I almost want to give the advantage to Kyle.
Absolutely.
Just where the 10-2 lay.
Exactly. I would have to agree with you.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
And then you really got to think about moving one of your balls to get the.
He
See,
played a pretty good safety.
That's smart. That was really smart.
That really was.
Now, if you're Kyle, I think you just put this 9 ball on the end rail on the other side of the table.
Oh, I see what you're
He's
saying.
just going to leave this down by the pocket. So
Mm-hmm. It's a breakout shot.
yes, exactly. That needs to slow down. He
Oh,
can also leave it over the side, right? So now
There
it
it
goes in the
is.
side.
And it's still a breakout.
Yeah. And so now Kyle really has a big advantage.
He certainly does.
This is
Because,
really difficult to get the ball out for Shawn.
That 2-ball's tied up.
Yep.
Hog tied.
Yep. Those were a couple good moves from Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And now Shawn's really gonna have to make another, really defensive, heady play where he's really thinking about a couple shots down the rack.
Mm-hmm.
Did they take another break?
No, they did not.
He's just looking at it. Is he gonna try to break him out now?
I can't tell. To be honest with you, I can't really.
I was gonna say it lays
he
nice.
did it.
What a shot!
That was such a good shot. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Now you got to play the 6 though.
So yeah, to the people watching the stream, you don't have to go to YouTube necessarily. Just watch the stream and watch these great shooters putting on a great show today.
Absolutely. 6 ball can get away from you, right? You don't want to end up
Mhm.
under that 9.
Right.
And floating this 6 ball in makes it about 5 times harder to make.
What if he gave it a lot of, say, right spin with just enough top?
Mhm.
Maybe it could float behind, and he could take either the 2 or the 5.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Oh, but he hit it
This
so
is
hard.
good. This is going to be okay.
Yeah, this will be.
He's still on the 2.
Yeah.
And that's why, yeah, see, I did like coming between both of them. And really, I think I like the way he went a little better because it took the side pocket out. If you
Right.
overspin that ball, you can end up in the side pocket.
Right.
But this shot isn't necessarily as easy as you like. Right. It's one of those where it can get away from you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I like him to get out here. He played that one really well, put himself in a good position.
Sure did. That was a great shot.
Yeah, really it was.
We need to have some, we need to talk to Kendall about replay.
I got you. I've been saving him the whole time, but really we haven't had a whole lot of see, I missed that one though, dang it.
That would have been a great replay shot.
See, I got that 3 rail breakout.
Now that's a good shot. Look at that. It bumped into the 8 to slow down his cue ball, and still got his great position. Five in the corner. Top right. Excellent shot. Very nice leave.
Yep, he's to the end.
Very nice leave.
And this is to take his first 2-game lead of the match, I believe. Kyle was up 3-1, and I don't think we've had more than 2
Right.
since.
Right.
Hit it good.
Very nice. Very nice. Good job.
Yeah, we're really getting a treat with these matches.
Certainly are.
Good battles.
And it looks like we're taking another break.
Okay. I'm going to go take a real quick break as well.
Okay. Are you going to pause it?
Yeah, we can mute it. All right, still waiting on Mr. Kyle to get back. I think he's gonna grab a water real quick. Yep, here he's on his way. And again, this is gonna be Shawn's first 2-rack lead of the match. Kyle started off with a 3-1 lead. We battled back to 4-4, and this is the first time we've been 2 games apart since. These guys are hitting the brakes so well today. Great split. Good look. He's got a couple options. Not sure if that 7 is going to pass. We got Miss Letty coming back. All right. So this is off the break. Take a quick look at the overhead. See what he's thinking about.
So this is the first opportunity off the break?
Yep, open table right now.
Ooh.
And Shawn got one to go. He got the 1 ball.
So that's the 8 ball by the side pocket.
All alone.
All by itself. What do you like? I'm thinking stripes.
I think so too, right? You got
Yeah.
1 problem, maybe 2 with like the 12, 11.
I think it would be easier to get shape on that 12 ball than it would be to say on that 6 ball.
Yeah. I don't mind this either. I was going to say, if he can see enough that 3, the 3 is a pretty big problem.
Yeah.
And then once he gets rid of this, he should have a fairly open table.
Oh, there he goes. Oh.
I was going to say, he didn't need to do that, though.
Did not work out, I don't think, the way he thought it was going to.
Yeah. I would have definitely stayed away from running into those.
Yeah, it wasn't necessary. It looked like the 7 ball was makeable on its own.
Absolutely. And even if you get under the 7, the 4-7 was a really easy looking combo, too.
Yeah.
To just kind of float that one in and then.
Yeah, it looks like 4 on the side.
Oh, no, he got to play
No.
safe. And
He's
he's going to
play
get.
safe.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, he
Uh-oh.
almost gave away the 12.
Yeah.
Ball can get away from you real quick. And I think that 12 has just enough room to go.
I agree.
We might get called for that one, but I think if it goes, it's a legal hit.
Depending, well, I don't know that I agree with you because the 7 ball is more than halfway into the 12 ball.
Right. It's
I
close.
mean, even if it would be maybe a safety
Yeah.
more than it would be a
Well, you can
pocketed
definitely.
ball.
Yeah, you can definitely play safe, but it's just close to try to make that ball and squeak it by the 7,
Sure.
like with a clean contact.
Okay.
I think
Some English.
yeah, exactly. Like a little bit
Throw it in.
outside. Yeah, just to
Mhm.
make sure you get good contact. and
Right.
I think it's possible, but it's so close that it's definitely not comfortable.
So he's going for the 5 ball. And clearly he's not going to rail it. He's going to cut it.
That was a great
nice
shot.
shot. And he sets up for the 2 ball. I think that 7 ball is going to come back to haunt him.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah, I think the combo was very available if you weren't comfortable with getting shape on it.
Right.
But we'll see how he can manage. Yeah, I don't know. One thing I can see to solve that a little bit is maybe playing the 4 off the 12. But you would really have to play it thin off that 12, right? You can't catch much of it at all.
Right.
So that might not even help you in the long run.
So forgive my ignorance. 4 off the 12 where?
The 4 into the 12, into the top corner, into the top left. So you hit the
Oh.
4 ball into the 12 and just shave the 12 with the 4, and the 4 goes in.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that lays correctly, you know? They really got to, like, the table has to allow you to take
Right.
that shot. If it's not there, you can't force it.
I don't think it's there.
And he's shaving the 6, I think, right now, anyway.
Yeah.
Shave the 6 and come down in between that 4 and the rail.
Sure. Pop that 7 out. Oh. He played a safety.
Well, all he did there was move the 11 into a good spot for Kyle.
Right.
So this is, and from this straight on view, I don't think that 12 goes right now. If
No.
it did, I think he would hit it.
Right.
So he's got to develop that. Very, very not good looking rack up there.
Well,
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we're going to see Kyle get shape on this 11 eventually in order to go into those.
right. And that might be coming sooner than later.
Hmm. Yeah, I think he'll try to accomplish it sooner or later, but
I'm not a person who, when I shoot, I don't. It's usually my first shot is to go for that breakout because there's no point in shooting 6 balls if you can't make that 7th.
right.
And I think it's really important that you get rid of those problem children right away,
Mm-hmm.
or you're going to pay for them like Shawn is with his 4 ball now. Although he put it there.
Yep.
And I'm sure he's kicking himself.
A little bit, huh? A little bit.
I know
Says,
I'd be swearing.
when those don't go in, yeah.
And I don't swear that much.
Those are
Cussing.
frustrating.
Yeah. I get what he was trying to do. I don't think he expected the cue ball or the 12 ball to come back off the rail and contact the cue ball the way it did
Mm-hmm.
again.
Right.
And it just killed it. Oh, nice safety.
Nice safety. Doesn't give the 6 away.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shot on this. And really, it's a little bit difficult to even take that pocket back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to like overcut this 7 ball, and then you're going to give up a
Mm.
shot.
Yeah.
So he's going to play the 4 in front of it, is what he's going to do. Going to play the 4 a little thick, 2 rails into the 12, and hopefully those tie up.
I don't see the 4 ball on the table.
The 4 ball is up here, up on the top left.
The 12 and the 7?
The 4 ball's right next to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks red on the screen I'm looking at. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see it right here? It looks red.
Yeah, that's the 7. This is the 4,
Oh,
and this is the 8.
I see it now. I swear, people, I have not had anything to drink other than water. Maybe my glasses are smeared. I don't know. But now that you've pointed it out, yes, I see it.
It's pretty clear. So, and that's the thing. Sometimes, sometimes a lot of the time, you get mixed up with the 4 and the 8 and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see if he tries to just tie him back up.
I don't think he did successfully. I think he's got a shot at that 4 ball in the side pocket.
No, I think
No,
the
there's
7's
6
got
balls
it,
in the way.
And the 7, he's on the 7. He can't see enough of it. What he is looking at is making this 7 all the way down. Look at that. Just past the 8.
Right. I don't know. That path looks a little tight.
It's close. He might have to play it off the point, off this side rail. I think it goes though. Oh, it goes all day.
Oh my gosh, you could have driven a train through that.
All day. What a
Was
shot.
I just totally off or what?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell from here.
It
I
is, isn't it?
swear.
Isn't it?
I'm not making an excuse.
No. It's definitely something that when you get in the booth, it's very hard to pick up.
Yeah, I keep looking over the the monitors and I look at the actual table because
Mhm.
it's definitely harder to. It's not as easy to see as you think it, as you might think.
Something you definitely got to practice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah.
And yeah, half the time we're up here like, does it go? Does it not go? And I'll be like, oh, it goes all day. And Patrick will say, no, dude, you're crazy. It's like, all right, And then I'm always right. Just kidding, Patrick. You're out there.
I'm sure your phone will be ringing shortly.
But yeah, it's definitely something that you got to get used to. Oh, he overdid that one.
Oh, sure did.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
he hit that 7 ball great, but
Yeah.
didn't come up with anything too easy.
Right.
Now this is a good opportunity for Kyle.
This is an amazing opportunity.
Yep. And he's down 2 already with
Mhm.
3 to go for Shawn. So closer Shawn gets to that finish line, the more pressure Kyle's going to be feeling. So if he can get this one and the next one to tie it up, he's really going to shift that pressure back over to Shawn.
Right. And that pressure does affect the way you shoot.
Oh, huge.
It clouds your thinking. It clouds your ability to stroke because
Yeah.
you tend to shoot too hard or too soft.
Jump up.
Jump up.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
difficult. Nicely done.
Very nice speed on that.
Yeah, it came around great for
Yeah.
the 11.
Yeah, it's too bad he's against the rail, but there's worse things.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I'm interested to see if he tries to spear it in. He's not much of that type of player. He might just roll forward and take a little bit more of a cut on that 13.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to try to play shape for the 12 because of where the 4 ball is and where the cue ball's headed.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll just. Oh, okay, so he was able to.
That was a nice job.
That was a great shot.
That certainly was.
Those
And
are
there's-
not easy to make.
No.
Yeah,
Any side shot is so difficult.
when you're putting speed on it like that and
Mhm.
you're on the rail, just danger.
I've heard so many people. Oh, I hate side pockets.
Mhm.
Learn to love them,
Yeah.
or you will always hate them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a good tool to have.
Oh
too.
gosh, I spend hours shooting side shots, side pocket shots.
Uh-oh.
Not hours. Maybe throughout the week it turns into hours.
Yeah.
Not all at once.
Look at this. He's really thin on this ball.
It sure is. You have to put some draw on it just to keep it from scratching. Very good. That was very nice.
Extremely well done. So he pulls back within 1. We got 6-7. This is a
Mhm.
great match.
This
Great
is
match.
amazing.
Yeah, you guys are getting a treat.
I know I am.
I want to see another hill. Mark Bell is alive running later than normal. Maybe a little bit because it's such a close match, but I think we'll still get done about 7:38.
Is Mark shooting the next match?
No, this is the last match of the night.
Okay. No king?
Nope, that's Friday nights.
I did not know that.
7 o'clock on Friday nights is when we got the Kings.
Okay.
You gotta watch those. And look at this. Kyle goes back to the second ball break. He's really switching it up. So interesting. This is the best spread of the second ball break he's had.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still a little bit congested over there on the right side.
Yeah, he's going to have a little bit of trouble with that 5 ball if he goes with the solids.
I think you got to go with the solids, though,
You
right?
have to, because you've got your 13 and your 10 are just, they're not going anywhere near that top right pocket.
Yep. And the 8 ball's nice and open. So if you can get the 5 taken care of, the rest of the solids look really, really good. But that 5 ball is definitely a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Not easy shape at all. Not a big window to land in. All right. I'm not sure if he was trying to draw a little more to use the 4 ball to get to the 5.
That's a great question.
Now he can roll forward, but that hole to the 5 is even smaller than if he were to play the 11-14 gap that he's looking at right now.
Right. Looks like he's going to try and draw that.
See, he looked at both of those holes,
Huh? Sure did.
and I think he's pointing to the first one, the one that's a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Got Mark Bell.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he may have gotten it.
Mark Bell rooting for Kyle. And yeah, I guess they usually do start at 7:30, huh? On Friday. But I don't get to be in the booth for those, so I'm not exactly 100% sure.
Who's usually in the booth for those?
Kendall and MH.
Oh.
MH is just fun to listen to, right?
Oh my gosh.
You
He
can
calls me Latte.
That's awesome.
That English accent of his.
Yep.
Latte.
That is so awesome.
I think it is too. I'll never get tired of hearing him say that.
Oh man, you would love tuning into the stream on Friday night.
I'm gonna from now on.
You have to.
Uh-huh. And he's got so much knowledge.
He is so smart. Yeah,
Oh.
he knows everything about pool. Yeah, he knows all the physics behind it and all the little tweaks and nuances that take years to learn.
Well, and he learned to shoot in an entirely different country. So he brought that knowledge.
Yeah, he
to
started as a
American pool.
snooker player.
Yes.
Still shoots with a snooker cue.
Yes, the tiniest tip you ever saw.
I'm surprised that thing doesn't break. I mean, I feel like
Oh,
be shoot.
look at that.
How much room does he have there? Enough to make it.
He's
enough
got
to make
enough
it.
to make it and enough to get out.
But he's
Wow.
dead straight
He
though.
totally, no, he's not. He totally parked it.
I don't know. He looks so straight. You think he's well? Yeah, I
He
guess he's close
does.
enough. He's close enough to cheat a pocket a little bit too, if he needs to. I'm interested. Let's see how he gets his cue ball out.
Yeah.
Oh, plenty, but
Ooh.
didn't having that much angle.
Right.
Now I think he left it as good as he could have.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Feel like you got to go for the bank right now, almost. It's like you can try to play safety and make this 5 ball with your 14, leave the cue ball behind the 10 or the 11.
Mm-hmm.
But if that cue ball leaks out at all,
Yeah, that's just it.
that could be a huge problem. The 3 being so close to the 6, fairly easy to play shape for a couple pockets, and then your 8 ball's hanging. I still think he's going to try to make that 5. Another option is to try to carom the 5 in and push the 14 into that gap so that you
Mhm.
don't necessarily sell out the 6 as easy either.
Right.
But that's so touchy too. Anything you do here is really risky.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, it might be too far out to follow that in.
Right.
Yeah,
And tough to put a little bit of bottom like you need to.
sure.
So he's just going to make it. Try to get behind the 10.
And he didn't.
You see, he didn't give the 3 away, but
6 is
this is a good shot.
yeah.
A little bit of draw here, or even just stun. You don't really have to power draw this one.
Right.
Your natural angle is going to give you a shot here. A little bit of stun.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he could follow it too if he wanted to, but yeah, I like this. I like this little stun shot. Oh, he changed his tip. Oh, okay. Last time Kyle kind of changed his mind in the middle of his shot. He missed it. So let's see if he can fully commit to this one. See? Oh. Take your time, Kyle. Take a lap.
Yeah.
Settle your mind and fully get down and make this ball, right? Don't let any second thoughts get in there.
Second thoughts will get you every time.
Every time. Played it off the 8. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it worked out very well.
Well, and he can use the top rail to come back and have him after he makes that 3 ball, which looks like it's a little ahead, a little forward. So
like
this might be a little harder than it looks.
actually, you're right. He might be going into the 11 here.
Yes. Yeah, he's gonna have to put some spin on there to get
He
it.
got
There
it.
he
What
got
a
it.
shot. He still ends up a little thin.
Ooh.
So still not necessarily a given, but I like him to make this one.
Yeah, I do too. So, how do you hit this to avoid the scratch?
I don't think I really try to avoid the scratch too much here. I think it's going up and down. Maybe
Okay.
a touch of inside.
Okay.
A touch, just a touch.
Yeah.
So yeah, see,
There it
up and
was.
down.
Up and down. Very good.
And you can hit that one with some confidence, knowing that the 13-10's kind of still tied up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So we're back to 7-7.
What a swing.
Wow. These guys just keep going back and forth on this.
You gotta love it. You
Yeah.
gotta love it. It's great pool. It's great pool to watch, you know? The guys, because they're not making mistakes all day, you know?
Right.
It's like
right.
one mistake is going to cost you a rack.
Right. They're both, oh, there he goes from the side again.
Yeah.
Very consistent shooters. Very, very thoughtful shooters.
Look at them all bunch up to that right
Oh,
side.
did he? Wow, he made quite a few balls on that one.
Yeah, it looks like he made 3 or 4 at least.
One solid and one stripe.
Table looks more open than that, huh?
Yeah, it sure does. I thought he had like 3 or 4 balls in.
Right. I mean, it looks like he's shooting this 14, which is going to leave him the 15 as a little bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little nudge on that 15 into the 8 would do a lot, though.
Missed.
Oh, now you're definitely taking stripes.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't have anything easy to start with, right? Unless you want to play the 11-9 combo. I don't really mind that.
You could slice that 14 ball next to the side pocket.
Oh, I don't mind that either. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward, too. So he's got some options.
Yeah, I think that's the 10 ball, not the 14 ball.
No, you're right. The
10 ball's next to the side. He
Yeah.
could slice that.
Yeah. Or he could cut the 14 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got plenty of options.
Yeah, he's got actually quite a few. He does have that 11-9.
But if he likes solids, I don't know why he would, because of where the 4 is.
Correct.
If he had any plan for what that 4 was,
Mm-hmm.
right, the rest of the solids look pretty good too.
Right.
Okay, so it looks like he's cutting this 13 in the
Yep,
side.
in the side.
It's a tough shot. Watch out, 8 ball.
Yeah. Ooh, very, very nice shooting. That was very impressive.
He opened up the table all the way with that one, with one
Yes.
shot, and they're all down here too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to have to go up towards that end of the table unless he wants to do it right now.
Right. No, up and down.
Yeah, I like him to get out.
I think there's a it's important to say that, try to keep your patterns smaller. Don't play the whole table, play maybe half the table, get those out, and then move to the other side.
Absolutely. That's kind of a little bit. Yeah, that's very well said. Um,
Nice
it's
shot.
another one of those kind of rule of thumbs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I was saying you want your out ball to be somewhat close to the eight ball. Well, not always, but it's the same principle, right? You
Sure.
want to work one end of the table and then work the other.
Exactly.
And a lot of the times when you get ball in hand with an open table or something like that, you start somewhere in the middle to get to one of those sides
Mm-hmm.
and then work one end to the other.
Right.
Trying to hold this ball.
And he did it very well.
That was dangerous though,
I agree.
coming off of that 14. And really he still doesn't have the best angle on this 15 either.
No, he doesn't. There's
He's
still
going-
a chance he'll clip that 4 ball.
Yeah,
Slow himself down.
absolutely. I think he will clip that 4 ball.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he might be able to avoid it, but the only way you do that is by hitting it kind of soft.
Right.
Any kind of speed, and he's definitely going into that 4 ball.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely have to treat this one with some care. And exactly, then you can't necessarily get down to your 14 to go 14, 10, 8.
Right.
And then the 10 to the 14 gets really, really dangerous because of all the traffic you have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a big shot.
Yep.
Comes off the 4, and now he has to go to the 10. Although he landed on a pretty good angle to come 2 rails.
He sure did.
Right between the 5-3 is what I like.
Yeah.
But then you got some angle you need to get to the 8 too. Tough out.
Yeah. It's very tough out. So he's giving it bottom left to get that
Okay, there you go.
result.
That was really well done. He kind of just avoided the whole top side of the table.
He sure did.
So
He sure did.
that was well handled. Now he's got one more good shot here and should be out. We're getting down to it. It's essentially a race to 3 right now. These guys are playing in the tournament from here.
Oh,
I think that's gonna.
boy.
Oh, I thought it was gonna.
I didn't think it would the way it came out. There was enough angle. I've missed enough of those shots to know
Yeah,
it wasn't going in.
the way it just creeps off of that rail, right?
Oh, you bet.
And it just keeps getting further too.
Oh,
You don't put much into it because you just try to trickle it in, and it just
Yep.
keeps floating off.
yep.
All right, so this is a good chance. This is a good chance for Kyle
Ooh,
to regain. I think this would be his first lead since 4.
yes.
Since 4-4.
Yes.
What a match. What a match.
Mm.
And he looks good
He
too.
should take his 5 here, set up for his 3.
Mm-hmm.
S-
Perfect.
okay. Yes. Yes.
Perfect angle to come off the end rail. Keep your angle true for the 2 to the next
Yes.
ball, however you would like to play it. You know what else is crazy is that Kyle started off with a break and run, and we haven't seen one since. Even though these guys
Oh,
are getting,
that's right.
you know, these guys are getting some of the best. That's why I'm so surprised Kyle did not stick with the head ball break,
Hmm.
because he made 3 unbelievable breaks in a row. The third one came out dry, and then I feel like he kind of just strayed from it.
Got his angle. This is good.
Yep. Now you can just float this in for the 7, or you can come all the way down
Take
for
all
the
the
4.
way down and come for the 4.
Yeah, he's got options.
Absolutely.
I think he's a little bit more of a touchy player. Although with that practice stroke, he might let it go.
Uh-oh. Now there's a problem.
Now, yeah, I did not expect him to miss that one at all.
No. And that's what happens when you put too much stuff on the
Yeah.
ball. He threw it right out of the pocket into a rail. He got a great set, a great shape for the 4 ball,
Mm-hmm.
but he paid for it, definitely. 14 in the corner.
Take it from
Makeable.
the distance. Yeah.
Makeable, but it's, well, let's not forget, it's the same shot regardless of the distance between the two.
Right.
It's the same shot. And I'm pretty confident he'll be okay.
He's stroking it low.
I don't know why.
Just a stun.
Okay.
Just a little bit of stun. Keep the line true.
So Shawn has now retaken the lead.
Let's take a look at Kyle. See how he feels after that miss.
Oh,
Yeah, you're staying it, young fella. You'll be all right.
yeah. He looks about the way I would.
Yeah, you can tell how he's feeling.
Oh, yeah, and I feel for him. Yeah, I mean, you could tell this young man plays a lot of pool.
Yeah.
They
Oh, yeah.
both do. I
But-
mean, to get to this level, you have to play a whole lot of pool. And so it can be disappointing when things just keep not going your way.
Right. Well, and especially when you make a simple mistake like that. Like one
Mhm.
you don't expect yourself to make.
Right.
Those can be definitely the hardest to bounce back from.
Yeah. Yeah. Takes your wind out of your sails.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, the table's got a leak.
Holy man.
Look at that
Holy
split.
Man.
I'm telling you, this is some of the best breaking I feel like I've seen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to break like that.
Right. Right.
Who wouldn't,
The
right?
game is easier.
Wow.
Yeah, it's easy to run out when you can split them like that. But what are we liking here?
I'm liking the stripes.
You rolling through that 6 ball with a 14
I
then?
sure would.
Very doable. Very
Mhm.
doable.
I sure would do that. I'd start with that 10 ball. Is that what that is? Yes.
Yeah,
10 in the side pocket.
I like it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
The 9 will go in that
Nine.
same side, so not a
Mhm.
huge problem there.
Right.
Then yeah, if you get that 14 to roll through, and it sits so well for
Oh,
it.
he's going to bank that 14 ball. Interesting.
This sits really well too, though,
Yeah.
especially if he plays any one pocket. So he's
Mhm.
taking solids,
Ah, okay.
and that is no good. That is
That
no
is-
good.
Really harsh.
Right, that 3 ball sat up on the cue ball, and now he has no shot.
I don't think he can even get to his 5 ball.
Yeah. Oh, that is harsh. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
7 balls out of play.
And you take care of the only problem is first stripes with that first shot
Mhm.
too.
Maybe he can cut is that the 4 ball into the side pocket? Do you see it by the
Yeah.
11?
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe that's his only shot. I don't think he can get to it. I think I don't think he can get to it.
I
Oh, he's
think
gonna
that's what
take
he's
his
going to
5 ball.
try.
I can't tell.
I think he's trying this 4 ball. I think you're right.
He went for the 5.
And he came off the I wonder if he called that.
I think he hit that 4
I-
with his stick.
We're going to take another look at that when we get a chance.
Maybe he did intentionally play it off of that 4 ball.
Yeah, he hit the 4 ball with the cue.
Okay, he played the cue off the 4 into the 5.
Well,
That was wow.
I feel this. Yeah. What do we say
Yeah.
about that one?
Yeah, I will not be challenging either one of these two anytime soon.
That's a real creative shot.
That was yeah, I liked it a lot.
Now he's got this 1 ball to worry about.
Yeah.
It's a big ball to worry about too.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's got the 3 all the way up. He can use that shot to set for his 1.
Yeah, bank it in the bottom right.
I think with the right touch, he could put it in that same pocket where that 14 sits. He could carry him right off of that 14 ball. No? Or is it too far off?
So I think if he's going to do that, he's got to play the one rail first.
I gotcha.
So, like, he can't go off the 14 end. There's not enough space. It's going to come off that point and rattle.
You're right. Okay.
But if he can go rail first, I think it's doable.
Okay. Oh. Well, we may never know.
Yeah, we really shouldn't because, like we said, taking care of that 14-6 really opened it up for stripes. So Kyle should be out. And you can tell he wants to get out. I would like him to get out here.
Oh, yeah, with the consistency with which he's been shooting and the position of all the balls, he's got great opportunity here.
And just, I think that miss is going to go one of two ways in the last rack. It's either really going to mess with him or it's going to wake him up. He's not one in my head to get really bothered with, so I think that's just going to snap him out of it. I think he'll really tighten up now and play like he was at the beginning of the match.
Sure.
Beautiful.
And I think that we should, when you use this much brain power to do what these guys are doing today, it can be quite exhausting.
Oh, absolutely. It's
you get tired and it's
you get physically tired from how
Yes.
much focus you have to have. Like,
yes, and all that control with your breathing and your stroke. This is a beautiful out.
yeah, I really liked him to get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to be a race to 2.
And we're tied again. Wow.
Race
What
to 2.
a match.
I know. Really, you can't ask for much more.
No, you really can't.
It's
You really can't.
both
They're
the guys
so good.
Fighting real hard, you know.
Mhm.
You don't see any give up in their stroke or, they're still really grinding for every ball. And
Yeah.
it's just,
Nobody's running away with it.
yeah, it's a great match. Great
Mhm.
match.
I mean, yeah, it's exciting for the winner when they run away with the match.
Right.
But it's not as much fun
For
for not just the opponent, but even the viewer.
Yeah, the
They don't get
spectator.
a really good feel for what's going on
Yep.
when one person is so dominant.
We got one more player break here. Maybe that's why we're taking a little bit long. I think it's more so than anything that it's just such a good match. Last week, I think we were done at about 7:38. So we're about right on time, not running too long. But I don't mind watching this for another hour, if it were to go that long.
I'd be okay with it as well.
'Cause, these guys are just shooting well, thinking well. All right, Chatland, it is a race to 2. Who's going to win it? I got 58 of you in here. I want to see 58 responses. I'm still sticking with my man, Kyle. I got to stick to my team.
I'm starting to think Shawn has an edge.
Really?
Only because, okay, don't get this wrong, but it looks like he has maybe a little more experience.
Yeah.
And that experience is going to take him further.
Yeah, it carries you through.
Oh, yeah.
It carries you through those diverse, like when you're both
Mm-hmm.
struggling or both playing very, very well.
Right.
Yeah, when it's super evenly matched.
Yeah. And that carom off that 4 into the 5.
Mm.
I mean, that creativity comes from that amount of experience.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of why I'm leaning a little bit towards Shawn.
I like it.
Mhm.
I like it. It's no fun if we choose the same guy.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
I
Who's
wanted.
with me, guys? Who's with me?
Yeah, now you're rooting for me or Letty. I think you're gonna get the Hulk all 58 of them now.
Oh no. No, that would be good. What am I saying? Oh no.
I
That would be
just-
great.
I want to see Kyle hit the head ball break. I want to see him hit the front of the rack
Uh-huh.
because he's had so much success with it.
Oh,
But
he's not doing
he's
it.
just gonna stick with this second ball break.
It would be interesting to find out, to ask him why he kept reverting back to that side when his head ball break was so effective.
Yeah, that I
I would
Definitely.
really like to know that.
definitely gonna ask him at the end of that match.
So that's another thing we should ask Kendall about is maybe after game interviews.
Post game interviews. That would be fun. Let us know in the comment, guys. Do you want to hear from the
Yeah.
players afterwards? You know how they feel about how the match went and everything.
I mean, it could be so easy as them jumping in the booth.
I think that would be great.
Mhm.
We do have them jump in after the match every once in a while, but
Yeah,
most of the time I feel like we're getting on with it a little bit and setting up for the next one.
sure.
But I think that would be great. I think that would be cool to make like a regular thing. All right.
Yes, everybody should have their prepared thank you speech, just like the Academy Awards.
Pull out their paper.
Yeah.
All right, he's got a decision to make. He did get one to go. I'm going to take these solids.
Interesting choice.
He's got the 6 to worry about, the 1. Oh, he's
Mhm.
got to make that ball.
He's got to make that. Oh, he's not happy. Can't say I blame him.
No, I
He
think
did
we all
not
know.
expect that.
I think we all know exactly how he feels.
Been there, done that.
Too many times to count.
Oh yeah, I hear ya.
Interested to see. So he's probably gonna take solids for himself. That's Shawn. How he wants to deal with this one ball, because these 2 balls sitting over this pocket are the best way to deal with it. But you gotta get the correct angle. Yeah, he's gonna draw for the 4 in the same pocket, and then hopefully then he'll have an angle to go into it. Not sure he got it though.
No, I don't believe he did.
Yeah,
The
he-
only thing he got angle for was he can get the 9 off the 6.
And really, you want to run into the 6 in that situation. Pushing the 9 towards that pocket is gonna
Right.
cause an issue if you don't make it.
Mm-hmm. Great point.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great point.
This is much touchier than you give it. You know, the first thought.
Yes, you are right. You're completely correct on that.
Now he can definitely take that chance. I don't think you shouldn't, because you still have this set. Oh, unless it goes,
Oh, it just
he might
goes.
be
Look at
playing it off the
that.
2 as well. Oh, but that went in straight.
Yeah, it sure did.
So now, I don't think he will, because he can achieve that angle he's looking at now. But you could also cross bank that 1 if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
You can cross it in, cross side from that
Sure.
side of the table.
I think I might take that 2 ball in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
ride the rails, and hopefully try to leave yourself with just enough angle to pop that 4 ball in the side. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he's thinking. And kick that 11 away from the 1.
Yep, that's definitely the move. The shot on this 2 ball though, the speed here is just so imperative to have a
Oh,
good touch.
absolutely. I think he can do it.
Oh, that looks okay. If it stops, did it stop in time? I don't think so.
Mm,
It's close.
It's a little bit of a back slice on that 4, but I think he can do it.
Yeah, you really got to catch it thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you can get this 11, you have a decent chance of getting out. It
Mhm.
is still going to be tough to come out with a shot, though. Right? You would really like to go head on into these balls to split them.
Right.
The way he's coming into it, if he clips at 11 and doesn't get it away from the rail, he's most likely going to hook himself on the 1.
He sure will.
So he's either really going to play this with speed
Mm-hmm.
or really try to hit it as thin as he really can and just get the 11 off enough to make the 1.
Right.
But I don't like that. I think that's a little risky. I think too many things can go wrong and you just get stuck. That's why I would like to hit it with speed.
True, because he could glance off that 4 into the 11 and ride that all the way into a scratch.
Interesting decision. Does he get better than he did
No.
before?
Actually, I think it's worse.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't, can't make that 4 off the 1. He's kind
No.
of stuck.
Yeah, he's going to have to slice that.
I wonder if he's going to play shape for this cross bank.
That's a good question.
He sure did.
Sure did. Oh, you saw that coming.
And really, he played that so well off the 9. That was
Mhm.
great. He
Yeah.
played it beautifully. This cross bank is surprisingly wired. It's an easier cross bank than you think. I feel like that 1 ball just naturally wants to float into that side pocket. The thing here, you don't want to lose the cue ball up there in that top right corner.
Right.
Depending how close that 1 ball is, it doesn't look like it's that close. But so he should be able to miss the double kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I think the rat comes down to this shot. And this game is to put the winner on the hill. The winner of this one gets to the hill.
Oh, boy.
So
And then the real pressure's on.
exactly, yeah, we're getting down to it. Each one of these shots really starts to hold more weight. See how he handles this.
Almost looks like he's aiming to go into the
Yeah,
corner
like
pocket.
yeah, down here.
Yeah. Bottom right corner, left corner pocket.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, and he couldn't see enough of the 1 ball to do that. The 11 was cutting him off.
sure.
And that was really dangerous. He could have lost the game right there. So
Right,
really, in my head, he was a little bit fortunate he didn't make the 8.
right. The cross side bank would have probably been the more makeable shot
Yeah, I definitely agree.
and not as dangerous.
Mm-hmm. So this puts Kyle in a position. He's really got it. This isn't an easy run though. Like this starting shot.
That almost looked like a drill,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
like a question mark drill.
Yeah.
He hit it good.
That was nice.
He hit that good. That was not an easy shot to start with, and he's gonna have to come with another one.
Sure is.
I'm not sure he can see that 12 in the side. I think he can.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that 10 ball cuts him off. But, oh, okay, he's going to play safety.
A safe.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, right? Well executed.
Very. A good safety is as good as any good shot.
Oh, no doubt. Safeties win games.
Exactly.
You get ball in hand, you can do a lot.
Sure.
And that's another thing about 8-ball is that a lot of people will take a safety when they're in that position, right? We
Mhm.
call it your opponent's in 1 ball hill. And they'll play a really simple safety. And I'm not a huge fan of that because when you have that many balls to hide behind, I think you should be aggressive with your safeties
Mm-hmm.
and really try to get ball in hand or develop the table really well for yourself and not give anything away.
Right.
A lot of people will just clip a ball, not move the table a lot, or not try to hide the cue ball very well.
Right.
And that'll let your opponent off.
Right. But I think in this case, Kyle did
Mhm.
himself a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
disservice where he left that 9 ball.
But see, he's got ball in hand, so
Sure.
he can take it.
Now he
Now he
can
can take
it
the
and get
9.
rid of it.
And that's why he didn't really try to worry about where that 9 was going,
Okay.
knowing that if he gets ball in hand, he's
Can
going to
just
take it.
Take it out.
First thing he'll take care of.
Very well played.
And that's exactly what I'm saying, right? If you
Mhm.
didn't play an aggressive safety, then that 9 ball would become a problem.
Correct.
Because then you leave your opponent a somewhat easy kick that he's going to hit, and
Mhm.
now you got a battle.
Sure.
Whereas he played a brilliant safety there, really locked his opponent up, and earned himself a nice, easy out, right, to execute. So I like him to get to the hill first here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have to focus on that 11 because it just kind of sits in that hard, difficult spot to make the ball.
Right.
But I think if he's able to get that 11 down, I think he'll get to the hill first.
Beautiful speed.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful accuracy. Doesn't get any better than that.
Still just gotta hold your nerve.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where my nerves would start kicking in, knowing I have now, I start to get ahead of myself.
Mine would still be at game 1.
Yeah.
First shot of game 1.
Yeah. Oh, you start to settle in though
Oh,
too.
sure. You get a little more used to what you're doing and your environment, in this case, the stream.
Wow,
Beautiful shot.
that is hard to do.
That was great. I practice those all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just rolling them by the side is
Just
so
rolling
difficult.
them past.
That is so difficult. That's such a good weapon to have.
And I've won many games with that shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually on the 8 ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say they come up a lot late in the
Mhm.
games.
Oh, yeah. Nice
It's
touch.
beautiful.
That was very, very well executed.
Yeah, and so that's exactly what I was saying. That safety earned him this whole opportunity.
Sure did.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think
Again,
he does
cheated
that
the
really
pocket
well.
Very well.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah. Why don't you explain to everybody what cheating the pocket is? I think you're. Oh, I know what it is. And
Yeah,
but
let
I
'em
think
know.
you'd be able to explain it better.
Let him know. Give it a shot. Not
Okay.
gonna hurt.
Cheating the pocket is when you don't go down the center. You actually aim for one of the sides of the pocket. And so by virtue of doing that, what's going on is that you don't have to shoot an exact shot. You can then maybe beg off a little bit so you can get better shape on another ball, yet still make your ball.
Yeah. Exactly that, and it's a very useful tool to have, and really it can get you out of a lot of sticky situations. Where if you can't really cheat the pocket, you kind of get yourself stuck.
Now it looks like he's going to hit the head ball here off from the side.
Nah, he hit the second one.
He did?
Yep.
Oh, he sure
Still
did.
coming off the 7. He gets
Okay.
1-2 to go.
3.
Good break. Good break.
Beautiful break. And when Kyle is on the hill, 9-8. This could be the match-winning game, or it could be the beginning of a very difficult struggle for both of them.
Lyle G, Kyle's dad, likes him to get out here, break and run.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to see it, but we would also like to see a hill match. I think you got to go with the solids here, right? Well, the stripes look
I
really
don't know.
good too.
The stripes look pretty good for me. It's just the way the balls are laid out.
Mm-hmm.
I
Can you
think-
make that 15 though, or does a 6 cut the angle off? Yeah, I think the 6 is cutting the 15. If you can make the 15, then obviously you go with the stripes.
Right.
But we'll see how he handles it. He can also just shave that 15 off the 2 and still make it. So
Right,
there's still
right.
options there. And
Yeah. Well, and the 12 does go in the pocket where he's putting. What is that ball he's aiming at?
the 15.
Yeah. He could actually, if he could bring that ball around to put that 12 ball in that same pocket. at some point, not now, obviously.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. He fell short though. He
Yeah,
fell
he
short
sure
here.
did, unfortunately.
He wanted to get straight on that 10 to get to that
Mhm.
12,
Yeah,
right? Straight in on the 10, straight in on
right.
the 14.
To the 12, exactly.
Now he's got to, if he can make this ball, he's got to run the cue ball 3 rails,
Mm,
kind of into traffic,
right.
right where his cue ball's aiming right now, like right into the 3-8.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to do that.
He's going to take some time
Yep.
and really think this shot through
Mhm.
because he realizes this could be the game-winning shot.
Yeah, and that just fits Kyle's style as well. It's just how he plays. He makes good decisions, like decisive. He's not too
Mhm.
over thoughtful when they're there. But
Right.
when he's in these situations, I really like how he likes to work through his decisions. You can see him make the decision in his head.
Right.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh,
That was beautiful.
that could be a match winner there.
It
What
certainly
a
could.
shot!
He's got it. It's his to take.
What a shot!
Mhm. And look at the speed he used. The precision of that shot was amazing. Remember, it's not just making the ball, it's also where you leave the ball after the shot. And Kyle looks like
Looks good.
he's going to have a nice finish here.
Might be on the wrong side a little bit. See where he's aiming from now.
I do.
He might be
I think if he just maybe a little,
pinch.
yeah,
Pinch
yeah.
draw.
yeah. Now, I would actually consider using a little bit of right and
Mhm.
come off the rail.
Right. Okay. Top right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The path to least resistance. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's gonna sting a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Even if he does find the win in this rack.
He's going to remember that shot for a long time.
Yeah. Especially if he loses.
Well, we're not going to talk about that yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
yet.
He's-
Let's get closer.
They're still both in it, but
Yeah.
so that the way he hit that makes me double think whether or not that ball actually went.
Hmm.
He might have missed it because he was trying to hold the cue ball, or he missed it because he was trying to squeeze it by those balls, right?
Sure.
And make sure he avoids them.
Okay.
So that might be another question I have to ask after the match.
You want a pen so you can write all this stuff down?
Nah, we'll figure it out.
Looks like he's going for the 3 ball on the side. Nice shot, Shawn.
Yeah, it was beautiful. He was real nice on the 5. A little
Mhm.
straight. A little
Little
straight.
straight, yeah.
But he can stop right there for the 4 if he needs to, for the 4 or the 7 for that matter.
Right.
So you don't need to do too much if you don't feel comfortable. That's what he's looking at right now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And that 2-6 is kind of a problem, like getting shape.
Yeah. I agree.
Obviously, I think the 6 might go by that 15 or the 12, but I know the 2 doesn't. So
I don't think the 6 does either.
If the
Looking at the table from this angle, I don't think the 6 bypasses that 12 ball either.
yeah, and if that's the case, then that's really difficult because then you
Mm-hmm.
either got to shoot him up table. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky spot, really.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe take that 7 ball and roll it and set for the 2 in the corner.
I like that. And if you over roll it, you might have the 6 in the side.
Right.
Yeah, you're always gonna have something. If you under roll it, you'll have the 4 in the side.
Sure.
So he did like that decision. That's a good find. So now he's on the 4. Now he actually
Yeah.
looks good.
Now
this
it looks, yeah, he's in real good shape. Even if he didn't have that shot at the 2, he still had the 4.
Yep.
In the side.
And he can still get there. But I think this is probably the positional shot of the rack.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to. I feel like you got to end up on the 2 or the 6 here. If you can't do that, you're
Right.
in big trouble.
So clearly he can't. He doesn't have a shot at the 2 or the 6. So he's going to use this 4 ball.
There it is. He's got the cut on the
There
2.
he's got it.
That was beautifully done.
Now, would you think that he rolled a little further than he wanted?
No.
No?
No, because if you underroll that one, you're hooked.
Right.
So you don't ever underroll that one. You always overroll it.
Okay.
If you're overroll it, you still have options. But
Okay.
yeah, it's one of those where you kind of got to think about where's your margin of error, short or long,
Sure.
and kind of take that into account.
Okay.
I think that helps with shape. You know, where's my biggest margin of error?
Mm-hmm.
And that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And he hit it just with enough speed to avoid the scratch.
But he's straight on the 6.
Again, he's straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Deadly.
That's wow.
It's deadly. And that's just the one thing I really like about Kyle's game, because Kyle hit those shots the same way, just enough difference to not get straight.
Sure.
Yeah, I really like Kyle's game. But Shawn's definitely still got got a good chance here.
Oh, yeah.
As long as he can get himself a decent look at this 5.
Yep. I think he's making a wise choice if he takes that 5 ball. He'll leave his opponent with a difficult shot on that 12 ball. And he still might leave himself a pretty decent shot on the 6 ball, but he's taking
He's
the
taking the 6.
ball.
And he's drawing, I think he's trying to draw it back. So watch
Yeah.
outside pocket.
Yeah.
Hit it good.
Oh, nicely done. And
Hit it
look
good.
at that angle.
One more good shot here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're to the hill. This is a big shot.
This is a big, big shot.
These are not easy when the pressure's on, I'll tell you what. A little closer to the rail than you want. A little bit of a blind pocket.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell yourself over and over again, I've made this shot 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
And you can still.
Does not make a difference in this
Nope,
situation.
Not in this situation.
He hit it good.
Nice. Looks like we've got
We got it.
Hill.
We got it. What's up, Randy? How you doing? Looks like you joined us just in time to catch this last one. We got a barn burner for you. 9 all in a race to 10.
Wow.
This is the second week for Kyle in a row.
Mm.
So,
Well, let's see. Does the experience
pay off.
Pay off here?
Does it get him through?
it's gotten him this far?
I wanna see him hit the head ball break and run. Just to show that you should have been hitting the head ball break the whole time.
Shawn's actually the one breaking.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I
If
thought
Kyle sees him break and run this one,
Mhm.
he might double.
rethink
Yeah,
how he approached the break.
yeah. Because
Absolutely.
oh man, I thought Kyle was breaking so well in the beginning of the match, and they've been splitting so well from the head ball.
Mm-hmm. Another nice break. Look at that.
1,
Oh, man.
2. Now
They
these
both went
bunched
in the
up.
side pockets at the same time, and this is not a good place to be.
No, he doesn't have nothing.
Well, he has the 2 in the corner, but it looks like there's very little space between them.
Look at the overhead, though. The overhead tells me over here. I don't think that's lined up very well, is it? Let's look at the straight overhead. Yeah, see, that's aimed over
yeah,
here.
it sure isn't. You are correct.
This is no good. Yeah, this is tough.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is where you look at every ball hoping something's there.
So in this situation, I feel like I might. There's a little bit of a strategy when you don't have any shot like this,
Mm-hmm.
and so what I like to do sometimes is pick the suit that I like. Right, if I want
Okay.
stripes, I'll give them a solid shot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then if I like solids, I'll just clip a ball and leave a stripe.
That's a great, great idea.
You kind of trap your opponent into taking what
They don't want.
what you want them to.
Sure.
Yeah,
And that might be this. This
it might
is the
be that
case.
move. Yeah, it might be. He might say, I want the solid, so
Yeah.
make this stripe."
Yeah. I never thought of that.
Yeah,
That's great.
it's another great little strategy. Like off the break,
Yeah.
when you're stuck and you don't have anything, you say, okay, I like the solid," so you just hang a stripe.
Right. There you go.
And then they have really a lot of the times, they don't have a better choice than what you give them. And then you control. That's taking control of the table without being at the table. It's really
Sure.
interesting, very interesting.
And it looks like the roofs worked.
Yeah, if that's what he was playing, but these look good.
These look.
These
This looks like an out.
Yeah. I was gonna say if I did do that, I think I would have given him the stripe, or the solid.
Right.
Yeah. Just because of where that 7 lays.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. That would have been really hard to get some shape and find a pocket for that 7 ball.
Yeah. Everything else down table.
This is just a little bunny hop hit here. Just like that.
Beautifully done.
Mm-hmm. Perfect speed again. Can't say enough how important your speed is when you hit the ball,
Yep.
because that speed is going to make the difference between whether you get another shot or whether you hook yourself
Yeah. Or end up straight.
or end up straight, which is just as bad as
Just
getting hooked.
deadly. Absolutely. It's a silent killer almost,
Oh
when
my
you're dead
gosh.
straight.
It is. It is. No doubt.
Okay, so one more good hold shot here, and I think he's looked
Mhm.
good. As long as he doesn't get too far from this 13, should be pretty easy to control wherever he wants to put the 8 ball.
Right.
It's got a couple pockets. Yeah.
That's the way. right there.
Beautiful. And that's again, look at how
Mhm.
well he's, judged the speed there.
Yes.
So he can do whatever he wants. You can put it in the side where you're looking at. Here you can
Mhm.
go 2 rails around
Looks
it.
like he's going to just tap it up.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Chris G saying what's up.
Yeah. Hi, Chris G.
He's in a match right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is looking like
This is it.
the end of it.
Yeah. It's 7:50.
Yeah, it was a good 3.5 hour match.
It sure didn't feel like
Wow. No, it didn't, huh?
No,
What a
not
great
at all.
match.
Fabulous match. Congratulations to Kyle.
Yeah, both players
Both
played
players
well.
played amazing.
It was a great show, like you said. It's so
privilege to watch.
yeah. Thank you all for joining in.
Yes, thank you, and thank you for being patient with me.
This is Kyle and Letty signing off here from the Apple. We got the King of the Hill coming up on Friday night on actually stay tuned for that because it's Father's Day. We might be taking the week off. But again, thank you for joining us this weekend, and we will see you later.
Bye, everyone.